The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The NFL Combine gets underway tomorrow. Darren Muji, Aaron Glenn speak with the media. I'm here in Indy at my Airbnb, and there's a insider report that sheds some light on the direction the Jets want to go, potentially at quarterback. We'll talk about that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show, live from Indy all week. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby.
Number one, we play with maximum effort. There's 3 elements of effort. Got burst, speed, and finish. If I don't see one of those, man, you're a traitor. Go play for somebody else. Win, lose, or draw. The one thing you're going to say about our defense, using the fight. That's an ass kicker.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the NFL Combine. Well, not quite. I'm live from my Airbnb where I'll be set up for the next couple of days. We will be live from the convention center where it all happens beginning tomorrow. Will Parkinson will join me in the morning, and we'll get you set for Muji and Glenn, who speak around 12 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be Glenn first, then Muji, and we're going to break it all down, what they say, what they're asked. You know, a lot of it is going to be centered around the quarterback conversation. Before we get to any of that, I just want to thank the audience who tuned into last night's ASMANIAC Madness reveal. That was some of the most fun I have ever had broadcasting. I thought I'd do a quick hour show, maybe not even an hour. We'd announce the regions, and we'd move on. I was live for 3.5 hours talking about a tournament that is only about the people who call into this show, not about the Jets, not about the NFL. So thank you to everyone. Congrats to the number 1 seeds in each region. Charles Gorman, the number 1 overall seed in the Chicken Soup region. Chiefs fan, the number 1 seed in the Hood region. Bobby Midnight, the number 1 seed in the Butter region. And, of course, the Lane Train, the number 1 seed in the Train region. If you want to fill out a bracket, the link is in the description. You could fill out a bracket, join the pool, and if you actually win, you have the most points at the end of the tournament, guess what? You win a prize, multiple prizes for first, second, and third place, including signed Jets memorabilia, premium tickets to a Jet home game, ASMANIAC merch, and much more. So we'll talk more about the tournament. If you're in the tournament, congrats. Call in, talk your trash. It all gets underway on March 1st. We'll do a matchup every single show during the month of March. With that said, let's talk some Jets. We have a report out there from Josina Anderson. Now, for years, Josina was with ESPN. Then she was with CBS. Now she's with Bovada. Yes, that's right, a sports book covering the NFL. But she wrote a piece today that had some interesting nuggets about the Jets. So we'll go through each part of the article here, and I'll give you some thoughts. So in the article, it talks about the current roster and the future roster. And Josina quotes someone that is with the Jets. Now, I'm not sure if this is someone on the coaching staff or someone in the front office, but I'll read you the quote and we'll start breaking it down. Right now, we're still trying to evaluate our players and vets in free agency. Some of us are just about to get into our deep dives on these college players. That process has just begun. This, to me, feels like more of a coach than a front office player or front office personnel, just based on that opening paragraph. But we don't know for sure because it's a source and it's not actually stated if it's a front office source or a coach source. That process has just begun, but I do agree that is why player interviews are very important, because you have to get the feel on who these players are. No question, it starts with the quarterback position. So what are the Jets going to do? One thing I have gathered, now this is Josina Anderson's opinion here, in conversations is that, quote, Tyrod Taylor has multiple supporters in the building. Not only are there people who hold Taylor in a higher regard than one might think for a player who only played in 2 games in the green and white last season, but certain individuals in that building are complimentary of his ability to pass and run an offense. I'm not guaranteeing anything about any player status. I'm telling you about some sentiments that do exist in that building. We know the Jets really like Tyrod Taylor a lot. The question is, does the new coaching staff really like Tyrod Taylor a lot? Front office? Because if you're going to go into next year with Tyrod Taylor and then just a rookie you draft, you're setting yourself up to not be very good. Not because Tyrod Taylor can't be competent, but because he can't stay healthy. So you're not putting yourself in an advantageous scenario to be competitive if you go out there and you only bank on Tyrod Taylor. So let's start there. Now, interesting part of the article in the next paragraph. The all-important QB position. Naturally, assessments of the veteran quarterback market will be part of the team's due diligence. I also sense some folks wanting to keep some things close to the vest while attempting to manifest tighter-knit circles in the building. I mean, here's the thing with Josina. I'm not saying that she doesn't get some good information. She was the first person to have Darren Muji being hired by the Jets before anyone else, so give her credit. But she just says so many things in these stories that are just completely unnecessary, which is the word vomit. Like that first paragraph, they're not going to tell you their quarterback plans, Josina. That's why you're a reporter trying to read the tea leaves you do get. Read through them. Quote, regardless what's better for the Jets, talent in the draft or free agency, how should they weigh prospective college players versus veteran players? Like, I don't need this paragraph. Just say the Jets are evaluating the veteran market and the college market. Great. Or the college, draft process. For example, this to me is the most notable part because it talks about Justin Fields. Quote, for example, generally speaking, Justin Fields has been in the league for 4 years, but he also only started in 6 games last season as a Steelers quarterback. Chicago Fields is a completely different assessment from Pittsburgh Fields. Different environments manifest different traits, emotions, and abilities. Environmental and psychological factors impacting Fields were different under Matt Eberflus than under Mike Tomlin. Evaluators always have to ask themselves which traits will carry over and which won't. What's just DNA makeup? Did you have a large enough sample of this new look version? Will a player thrive or resent having to fight for a position again? How does that compare with who you have? There's one team source I talked to who thinks Taylor is the more reliable passer when asked about a hypothetical comparison. As I said, it was only a hypothetical conversation to ask those questions above. This, to me, is the most meaty part of this article, right? Basically, some in that building view Tyrod Taylor as the best option out there, right? Because when we talk about these quarterback options, who's the number one guy that Jet fans bring up as someone they should sign to compete with Tyrod? It's Justin Fields. Well, essentially, Josina's telling you she spoke with people in the Jets building who think Tyrod Taylor is a better quarterback than Justin Fields, which, you know what? He might be. All right, we like Justin Fields because he's 25 years old and a former first-round pick. That doesn't mean he's going to be Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield when he goes to his third team in the Jets. Now, would I still sign Justin Fields? Depending on the money, I'd be interested because there is still that chance of upside. I'll take Justin Fields over Kirk Cousins. I know where Kirk Cousins is. I think he's shot. All right, if we're going to go down the Kirk Cousins route, they should have just brought back Aaron Rodgers. You guys know my thoughts on that. But clearly, there are people in the building that view Tyrod as maybe the best option, or maybe they don't think Fields is truly that great of an option, right? Like Mike Tomlin did bench him with the team at 4-2. He's a Hall of Fame coach. And I'm not saying they were great with Russell Wilson, but they were a more functioning passing offense. Now, Fields gives you the legs, right? He could run. But are the Jets going to tailor an offense around that? I don't know. So I think we all love to anoint Justin Fields as the guy that makes the most sense. What if the Jets are just we don't think he's very good? We'd rather try something else. That's what we're not considering here. Josina, once again in this article, basically spoke to someone with the team who she asked a hypothetical compare Tyrod to Fields. And this person with the Jets, now we don't know if this is a GM or a coach. We don't know if this person even has a lot of say, or they're a low-level coach or a low-level front office member. This is the trick with sources. And, technically it's not wrong, but, you speak to the team janitor. Does that count as a source, given their opinion? That's what we don't know. But to give Josina the benefit of the doubt, because she has broken some stories on the Jets recently that are right, let's assume this is a coach source she spoke to. Well, that person's telling you they think Tyrod Taylor is a better quarterback than Justin Fields. Now, that wouldn't stop me from signing Fields, but that's notable. The last excerpt of the story I want to bring on the screen here talks about the draft. Quote, when you look at the top of the draft, the first three teams need new quarterbacks, Titans, Browns, and Giants. Will they come via free agency or the draft? After the Patriots and Jaguars, the Jets have the Raiders in front of them, who also need a quarterback. This, to me, is actual news here because she's talking to other teams around the league. Quote, my pre-combine assessment is that of all the teams most willing to listen, it could be Cleveland. I'm not saying the Browns will make a move back. I just think they'll be the most willing to listen of the clubs mentioned above. They also have a player in Myles Garrett who will keep trying to force a trade, though general manager Andrew Berry has already said he will not oblige him. Nonetheless, I reserve the right to update my thoughts as we prepare for the back table conversation Olympics next week in Indy, and there'll be plenty of new information to share. But if the Jets have a player they think will turn the franchise around and they have to go up to get him, Cleveland could potentially be the place to start. While there is logical understanding that overall change will take time, realistically, one will always sense the urgency to succeed in New York and around the Jets. That last part is what I've been saying about Glenn. To all you saying, well, Aaron Glenn's going to have time to turn it around. He goes 4-13 in year one. This team is a rookie in 2026, and they go out there and they maybe win seven or 8 games, and they miss the playoffs again. He's on the hot seat in year 3. That's how this works. You don't get forever. We all love Aaron Glenn right now until he goes out there and the team loses their first game, and then you people are calling into my show saying, fire Aaron Glenn. He's not the guy. I mean, Robert Saleh was 4-13 in his first year, and people wanted him gone at the end of that year, which was ridiculous. But those were actual conversations that happened. I took the calls. I remember. Because this fan base rightfully doesn't have any patience. I can't blame anyone. But there is urgency to turn it around. And they moved off of the best option at quarterback, in my opinion, for next year. So let's see what the plan now is. Not saying they can't have a good plan or get it right in the draft. We'll find out. But the last part there about the draft with Cleveland is interesting. We've been talking about the Titans as a trade partner. Tennessee needs a quarterback. Do they not? Now, the Browns do as well, but, I mean, Cleveland still is dealing with the Deshaun Watson stuff, and I almost wonder if Stefanski, because he's proven to be a good coach, is almost going to rely on a veteran to go there, and then they're more willing to listen for a trade offer, especially if they unload Myles Garrett. They get a boatload of picks. They make a trade, let's say, hypothetically, with the Jets. They get even more picks. And then maybe their plan is they get their quarterback in 2026. They could try and be competitive. And you know what? If they have to trade up, they are loaded with ammunition to do it. Like, I could see a scenario where Cleveland would definitely trade out of number 2. Now, the Giants could easily make a deal with Cleveland and say, hey, we need to get a quarterback. We're going to flip you a second-round pick and a third-round pick next year to move up one spot. And Cleveland's like, great, we'll get extra picks, and we get a guarantee of whoever the best non-quarterback is in this draft. We either get Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. They're guaranteed one of those players if they do a deal with the Giants, right? Because if Carter goes 1, then at 2, the Giants trade up to take Shador. They're guaranteed either a quarterback or they're guaranteed who's ever left from the Carter or Hunter conversation. Or maybe they're both on the board. If it ends up going quarterback at 1, Tennessee takes Cam Ward because they're desperate. They need a quarterback. And then all of a sudden Cleveland makes a deal. So I don't know if the Jets are going to trade all the way up to number 2 unless they truly believe in one of these quarterbacks. And I don't know who that is. I mean, I think Cam Ward's a little better than Shador Sanders, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that's a guarantee. None of this is a guarantee with the draft. None of it. We've had great quarterback classes that have all ended up being terrible. See the 2021 class. We've also had years where people say it's not a good quarterback class, and those guys end up being really good. Nobody knows. Sometimes you have a great quarterback class that's hyped that actually lives up to it. You know, the 2020 class is looking like an all-time great class. Burrow, Herbert, Tua, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts. I mean, you never know. So, look, if the Jets believe in one of these quarterbacks, then you do it. But it's not a guarantee. But Cleveland being more open to a trade at this point than Tennessee is interesting because, remember, the Titans GM put it out there. You know, we're listening. And then Schefter had the report. Tennessee's listening. I mean, of course they're listening, but at the end of the day, if you're the Titans, you need a quarterback. It's easy to say, I'll get the quarterback next year, but are you guaranteed to be picking at a spot where you get your choice? If you think Cam Ward's a franchise guy, they're going to take him. So, some interesting nuggets there. Ultimately, we'll get more info this week. That's what the Combine's all about. You look at the Combine here, and tomorrow, I'm fascinated by what Muji and Glenn are going to say. Now, are they going to give us a direct answer on why they moved off of Rodgers? Probably not, but let's hold their feet to the fire. Let's get the explanation. What's the truth? Was Rodgers pleading to come back? Was there any scenario where Aaron could have came back? You guys are moving in a different direction. Why? Is he not the best option? Is Tyrod Taylor the favorite to start right now? Will Glenn give us anything on that? Will he stuff any reporters into a locker again like he did at the press conference? I mean, I'd like to watch that in person tomorrow. That'd be fun. So we'll see. It's the second time that they have spoken, and they can't fall back on we have to evaluate the roster still, or we don't even have our coaching staff in place. You could fall back on that to any questions about the team and the direction on the opening press conference. Now you've had, Aaron Glenn was hired at the end of January, so they've had about a month and change to get ready. Coaching staff is set. So let's see. Shout out to everyone tuned in right now. Smash that like button if you haven't. There's over 500 of you in here right now. Again, thanks to everyone who tuned in to ASMANIAC Madness. This is the first show of many from Indianapolis. I'm coming at you live from my sweet Airbnb here. I mean, look at this place, man. It is awesome. I don't know why. I guess Indianapolis is somewhat close to St. Louis. A lot of Cardinal stuff in this Airbnb here. We got the Louisville set up here. We got Lucas Oil in the photo here. So we're living large here in Indy. I already rode several Lime scooters. It didn't fall, unlike Cole Thompson last year. So we're up to a very good start here in Indy. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Reminder, there's a link in the description for you to fill out your ASMANIAC Bracket Madness. Over 200 of you have already filled one out. It is free to enter, and if you win, you're winning some epic prizes. Now, this week is also going to be the week we do our 16th ASMANIAC raffle, and I have added another prize to the pool after yesterday's incredible, absolutely wild ASMANIAC Bracket reveal. I have added a signed Chad Pennington helmet to go with the other prizes in the raffle, like the Joe Klecko Hall of Fame inscription helmet, the Mark Sanchez autographed helmet, the Jermaine Johnson signed jersey, the Nick Mangold signed jersey, and the Sauce Gardner signed jersey. So we are now up to 6 prizes in our next raffle. It will be later this week. To enter the raffle, gift a channel membership or send in a $20 super chat. That counts for 5 raffle entries. So that's now 6 total prizes. I thought I had a photo of the Chad Pennington helmet. I guess I forgot to upload it here in the madness of trying to get this show set up here. So trust me, signed Chad helmet now added to the list of prizes. So that's a huge thank you to everyone for your support. Snoopy with a super chat here starts us off. Jake, at this point, our back is against the wall. Go get Ward at all costs. Not if you don't believe in him, Snoopy. I mean, if they link Cam Ward to the goods, fine, but careful, right? You don't want to just be desperate. We're desperate as Jet fans, but you have to separate us as fans from the mentality of a front office that just got here. Aaron Glenn's not coaching for his job in year 1. He's not the Giants with Dable and Shane. Austrian Jet fan is the first to be a part of our latest raffle prize. He is in 5 channel memberships.
It's the ASMANIAC membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
A-Ray, Matt Burns, Mr. McMoney, Justin, and B. Ramos all receiving memberships courtesy of the Austrian Jet fan. Also, if you're watching live, I got brand new equipment for this week that I'm going to be using here. These are Shure radio mics here. The big boy stuff. So hopefully I sound all right. There's a big echo in this living room area I'm at here in the Airbnb, but hopefully because the mic quality is so good, I sound fine. So let me know in the chat if I sound okay. I think I'll sound even better in the convention center tomorrow, but we tried to do a mic check with some people before the show. So hopefully we're doing A-okay
Rich, who's a part of the ASMANIAC committee, did a great job last night and throughout the process. He says, hit the like. It is free. It's also free to fill out your ASMANIAC Madness bracket. Who you got? Let me know. Let me know when you call in. Can't wait. All right, let's get to some calls here, see what you guys are thinking. Let's go to June, the GM. He is in the tournament. June, you're in, man. I mean, you're a 12th seed. You're in a highly competitive region as well. What, you're in the chicken soup region, I believe, and you're taking on JJ in the opening round.
Yeah, you can hear me, Jake?
Oh, we hear you, June.
Yeah, I'm like St. John's. Nobody thought highly of me, and now nobody wants to play me, you know? So, it's okay. I don't know, JJ. I can tell you now he's going to take an L because I'm like Ric Flair. When I'm good, Jake. But when I'm bad, I'm badder. Woo! Trust me, I'm coming. But talking about the Jets, very interesting by Mrs. Josina Anderson, as usual. A lot of information she brings. They're going to be crazy if they think they're going into the season with Tyrod Taylor as the starter. We all know he has never been. Has he ever been healthy? Ever? In his history?
I mean, he has started, I think the stat is, I have it in my notes here because I was going through it. Tyrod Taylor has started, let's see, 15 total games since 2018. That's 15 games in 7 years. I mean, the guy can't stay on the field whenever he gets a chance to play.
Yeah, no, that's unacceptable. There's no way they can go into the season with him alone. If we do that, and there's a rookie on the bench, we do know the rookie's gonna start eventually. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is like looks good, can throw the ball, can run, but he's like a sexy woman that you're dating who doesn't want to have sex with you. Useless. That's what it is. You know, he's no good. We cannot go into the season with Tyrod Taylor as. Could you imagine that, Jake? You let go of Aaron Rodgers, you let him walk out the door to tell me, a fan of over 45 years, hey, don't worry. We're going into the season with Tyrod Taylor. That's some bull. I don't even want to think about that bullshit. That's unacceptable, and it can't be the case. I hope she's giving us some false information as a smoke screen, something, because that's unacceptable. It is.
Well, it was just comparing him to Fields, basically. But I think if Tyrod were available, he'd be someone we'd be discussing as someone they'd sign. So I don't think it's crazy to think he's one of the guys that will have a chance, but he shouldn't just be given the job, is my point. Like, there should be a legit veteran that's competing with him.
But the thing is, having someone like Taylor start the season, you know what all of us are going to be thinking about?
When's he going to get hurt?
Game, instead of enjoying the game, we're going to legitimately be sitting there saying, oh my God, I hope he makes it through the game. I can't watch games like that, man. I can't, that's torture. I can't sit there and hope that my starting quarterback makes it through the game. Nah, I don't want Tyrod Taylor. I'm sorry. I'd rather trade for Hendon Hooker or somebody like that. I'd rather start a rookie, man, with some help, with some health. I can't do it, man. And I know my fellow Jet brothers don't want that either. I know.
Yeah, I mean, they're setting themselves up to go 4-13 if that's their plan. Let's just call it for what it is.
If he starts off 4-13, Jake, I'm gonna tell you now. Forget about year 3. The heat on his ass going into season 2, coming off a 4-13 season, because you got to remember, look what young teams like Washington are doing. Look what John Harbaugh did down there in San Diego. Don't worry, guys. Let's get in the playoffs. Look at what the great Sean Payton, one of the best coaches in football, let's not forget that, did with the Bo Nix, who nobody was talking highly about. Playoffs. The patience now for owners is very minuscule now. You got 1 year to show some promise. 4-13 into season 2, he messed around, lose his job. We have 2 back-to-back losing seasons.
Yeah, I mean, look, he has probably this year and next year to get a long-term answer at quarterback. Otherwise, if the losing continues, barring like a Fitzpatrick-like season that comes out of nowhere, and instead of narrowly missing the playoffs, they make the playoffs, we're going to be talking about going into year 3, him on the hot seat. Like, that's just a reality. Rebuilds aren't supposed to take longer than 2 years in today's NFL. All the teams that we reference, how quickly they turned it around, at the most it took 2 years. Find me the team that needed this 4 or 5, rebuild or rebuilding plan. People are going to reference the Lions a lot. They did it in 2 years. They were awful in year 1. And that team, by the way, had a way worse roster than the roster that Aaron Glenn is inheriting. Year 2, they were 9-8. Year 3, they were in the NFC Championship game. This year, they were the 1 seed. By the third year, they figured it out, but they had a winning season at the end of their second year. The Jets have not had a winning season in a decade. So if they're going to go 4-13 in year 1 or 7-10 at best, you better at least be 9-8 in year 2. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of talk on should this regime survive, coach on the hot seat. That's just how it goes.
And here's the thing too, Jake. I know you remember, although you're a young, guy in your prime, I know you remember the times when they used to develop quarterbacks in the NFL. But they would give them a little 3, 4, 5 years and then start. They don't do that no more. Whoever we draft to, we got to understand you better pick up the offense quick, because if Tyrod Taylor's starting and we draft a rookie, you best to believe by week 6 to 8, that rookie's going to be starting. He better pick shit up quick.
Completely agree. Yeah, I mean, look, you don't get forever anymore. Forever is right now.
Not for long. The NFL, not for long. Just like for JJ. JJ, not for long for you in the tournament, baby. I'm going to let you know that now.
You know, it's interesting with JJ. JJ is, I mean, he had some memorable moments over the last year, but he hasn't called a lot of late, June. I think he's vulnerable. I mean, you got the hot hand right now, and this tournament really could be all about who gets hot at the right time. I think you got a great chance.
Listen, I'm excited about it. Like I said, I'm extremely grateful to the panel for getting me in there, but I'm not content with just, getting in. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm like Aaron Glenn. I just don't want the job. I'm trying to win the whole damn thing, okay? I'm trying to make a serious run. I'm applying pressure. And you know that pressure busts pipes. So if JJ don't come his A game, his ass is done. And then I go on to round 2 and so forth. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, Jake, and you know I'm hungry.
Jude. Great job, man. Great call to start us off here. Love it. Comments, questions, super chats. Cut the line. How about this here from AD83, a $20 super chat? You know what that means? That is 5 raffle entries. Happy Monday, Jake. This quarterback situation is whack, but I'll hope for the best. I'm excited about what this defense could look like under Glenn, especially Sauce and Carter. Which quarterback other than Dart would you take in the later rounds? I like Kyle McCord the more I watch him. I like McCord. He grew up a Jet fan. Sanchez was his favorite quarterback. Played at Syracuse, but that's not why I like him. I actually think he's got some cool tools. I also think I'm starting to come around on Will Howard as well. I'm not an expert on quarterbacks. All right, I'm not an expert on anything. I just try and follow and watch guys that could be options after draft people tell me to watch them. I thought it was a really good interview with Jordan Palmer on Rich Eisen show recently, talking about Kyle McCord. Palmer trains with him. Palmer's like the quarterback college trainer. Like all these prospects always work with him. Darnold worked with him, a bunch of guys. He's very high on McCord, so then I started watching him. I see the intrigue. But to be honest, I don't know. I mean, later rounds, like, it's a dart throw, and I'm not just saying that because of Jackson Dart. Who knows? No one knows. I'm no expert on this. Austrian Jet fan, bring back Eddie Pinero. Honestly, you could do a lot worse at kicker than him. Ladies and gentlemen, the trash talk is happening in the chat right now. Alan writes in, if I lose the sleepy Jets Johnny, who spends most of his time in the basement, then it wasn't meant to be. Wow. Now, I believe Alan is in the butter region, right? Yep, Alan is in the 3-14 matchup against Jets Johnny. Jets Johnny writes in, Alan, don't self-project your insecurities onto me. Call on like a man and face me, or concede like the coward you are. Alan's convinced that Jets Johnny's only going to win because people don't like Alan. And you know what? He might be right, but I think Jets Johnny's going to do a great job over the next couple of weeks before his matchup, reminding everyone what he brings to the table. That's my thought. I got the upset in that round, by the way. I got Alan going down. Kyle Clifton is in our next raffle. He is gifted 1 channel membership. And how about it? Kyle Clifton, who loves Chiefs fan, just gifted Chiefs fan his channel membership there. Pretty cool. Speaking of Chiefs fan, there's some talk about him even being eligible for the tournament if he has to go on long-term IR. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us from what appears to be a hospital bed is Chiefs fan.
It's Chiefs fan.
Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches.
It's Chiefs fan.
I'm just going to rub my hands together all day.
It's Chiefs fan.
There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch.
Let's hear it for Chiefs fan.
Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill. So it is a partial fracture. Luckily, my gloves I've had since I was age 15 prevented a full fracture. I've had those retro red and black gloves since I was age 15, and they prevented a full fracture.
So you have a fracture, not a full fracture, and then does
Partial fracture.
does this impact your status for ASMANIAC Madness?
Oh no, none of that.
So you're gonna play
Damn
through it?
thing keeps on going off. But all I know is this. I'm just checking in. I'm gonna get a splint on, and I'm gonna get a cast in 2 weeks. I just wanted to check in. I'm still gonna be there to kick ass in the tournament, but I'm still gonna be there.
So you
And
think
if I
that your
have to,
injury is not going to affect your chances of at least getting to
Oh,
the Final
no.
Four in your region?
No, I'm sorry for that beeping in the background, though.
It's a great beeping noise. The audience is just enthralled by it. You could tell.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the St. Louis hospital. I'm not gonna give out where I'm at, but I'm just wanted to check in and let y'all know. I thought it was a full fracture. It was a partial fracture. I've had those gloves since age 15. They're very, very thick, and they prevented it.
What are your thoughts on Jayquest saying that you're not going to make it to the Sweet 16?
I mean, I would love to make it to the Sweet 16. I mean, I face We the People, but if We the People upsets me,
You might face Rob from Glenhead. Don't sleep on Rob.
I don't think Rob will upset me, but I would love to make it to the Sweet 16. But if I make it to the Sweet 16, I got to get past Peter. I have me losing to David T in the Elite Eight, but I think I'm probably cooked when Peter faces me.
Gator writes in, you're not going to give up where you're at. Are you the Pope?
Nah, I just don't like giving up what hospital I'm in.
Tommy says you're having a proctology exam. Is this true?
What's that?
I know my last name is Asman, but I'm not the one administering that.
What the fuck is that?
We'll tell you when you're older, Chiefs fan.
Does that finger at the butt shit?
Chiefs fan, feel better, all right?
All right, see y'all.
It's Chiefs fan.
Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches.
It's Chiefs fan.
I'm just going to rub my hands together all day.
It's Chiefs fan.
There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch.
Let's hear it for Chiefs fan.
Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
Unbelievable. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. First show live from Indy, or where it's decent weather day. It was like in the high 40s. Not terrible. Was scootering around before. Not too shabby. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we did not hear from this guy during the selection show last night, and he's on the line right now to react to his positioning in the tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
The biggest mistake they made is not firing this whole crew of shitheads before the season started. The coaches can't make decisions. They don't correct anything. I mean, this is a joke.
Hey, Jake.
Peter, how are you,
How are
Peter?
you? Good. Good. I'm getting ready for the tournament. I'm warming up in the bullpen. I'm built for this shit. You know that.
You feel it?
Oh, I feel it. I feel it. I feel
love it. I love it. I'll tell you what. I'm looking at where you're slotted here. You're part of a fascinating region. You're part of a region that features a lot of OGs. You're in the hood region, obviously, with Chiefs fans. So, Peter, you're a 4 seed. You'll face Raven, who's a member of the 4% in the opening round. She's a 13th seed. And the way it's set up, I mean, you could potentially go up against your buddy Rob from Glenhead at some point. You might have to face Neil if it holds here in the Elite Eight, potentially. I mean, David T's an OG in this region, so we got a lot of OGs in the hood region.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Hey, Jake, let me ask you something. Is it what do you call it? What do you call it? When you box? Is it a rumble?
No. So the way it works is, Peter, when your day is on the show, right? When your matchup is live, there'll be a YouTube poll: Peter Castro versus Raven, and people will vote that day. And whoever has the most votes at the end of the show advances to the next round in the tournament. So you can campaign for yourself leading up to it. During that actual show, there's no rules that are anti or pro that. It's whatever you want to do, and it's up for the audience to decide if they want you to advance or not.
Oh, okay. All right. Getting to the Jets, Jake. I really think that the Jets should sign Justin Fields because Tyrod's not going to make 4 games before he's hurt, and then draft a quarterback in the later rounds and let him sit. Get like you say, Kyle McCord, if Dart's there, whatever. But I think that's what they should do if they're not going to sign and bring Aaron Rodgers back, which I don't think they're going to do.
No, he's
But
gone.
I think, well, you know what? The best bet from what I see is Justin Fields. What
Well,
else?
it's
What
interesting.
else?
There's people in the Jets building, at least one person that Josina spoke to, that thinks that Tyrod's better than Fields, which he might be. But you know what? Fields is younger and he's got an upside, and Tyrod's not going to stay healthy, so Fields is going to have to play at some point anyway.
Right. Just what's his name? Tyrod Taylor hasn't really played in a couple of years. And like you say, Justin Fields is 25 years old. And he had a year under Tomlin, which had to be good for him, and Russell Wilson, while he sat there and watched them because he got no coaching at all in Chicago. So I think he might be ready.
I hope so. I mean, look, if you bring in Fields, they have to, tailor specific aspects of the offense to his game. Like there's got to be RPOs on the offense. Like they got to they got to utilize his strength. This guy's a dynamic athlete.
Exactly. They have to kind of tailor the offense around him, which would bring Brees back into the fold. Like, he's got to get 20 carries, not 10, so that he could break one. I don't like the way they used him at all last year. It was a waste. But anyway, Jake, I'm looking forward for the tournament, and I'm built for this shit.
Let's go, Peter. I mean, Peter, what are your thoughts on the region you're in? I mean, do you have any thoughts on the very intriguing battle between We the People and Rob from Glenhead in the opening round?
Yeah, that's going to be something. I'm dying to see that. Listen, I'm friends with all of them. I like them all. I wish them all luck, and may the best man win.
I'll tell you what. I think Neil and Indy Jets. I mean, there's some potential there. Indy Jets is a trash talker.
Well, Neil might have to face me.
That's right.
That 17-0 is going to come up.
I hope we get that. So that would be. Let's see here. If I'm looking at this, would that be? Yeah, I mean that'd be in the Elite Eight. You two would match up there. I mean that'd be incredible. The OGs, one of you guys in the Final Four if that happens.
Yeah, it would be fun.
I love it.
Something.
Peter, you're the man.
Thanks, Jake. It's nice talking to you. See you in a week.
Can't wait. Peter Castro.
Furline, he stinks. Get him out of here. Aaron Rodgers, he's as bad as Simeon. He's not going to get better. He's 41 with a bad leg. He's terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Castro. We haven't heard from Peter since the bracket came out. Ralphie in the raffle for 5. Ladies and gentlemen, Ralphie rocks. Boom. Perfect year to trade down, acquire draft capital. Number 7 pick has to be valuable. Oh, I forgot to take Peter off the line, so we heard him there. Number 7 pick has to be valuable, considering the 2 quarterbacks will go in the top 3. Maybe people want to reach for top O lineman, receiver, DT. Also, I think Sarah from Australia makes a run. Sarah's dangerous, but we put her in a spot where she's going up against someone that I think could definitely beat her in Craig. Like, if it's about impact on the show, there is no Sarah without Craig. So that's a great matchup in the opening round. As far as the number 7 pick being valuable, see, the tricky thing with that, Ralphie, in theory, you're not wrong, but they say this draft is not star-studded. So if the 2 quarterbacks are gone by pick 7, what are teams trading up for? Because I don't know if there's a big difference between the first offensive lineman off the board and the second. I don't know if there's a huge difference between the first wide receiver off the board and the second. Maybe some teams will have Ted McMillan as clearly the best guy. But I don't get that sense from starting to really dive into this and study it. Defensive tackle, it is loaded. I don't know if anyone's trading up for a DT. I mean, maybe if it's Mason Graham, but at that point, if the Jets have a chance to take Mason Graham at 7, and they think he's a scheme fit playing next to Quinton Williams, just take him, right? I don't know. I mean, look, if the Jets traded out of 7, would I dislike that move? Not at all. Now, it depends how far down they go and what they get in the trade back, but I'm very on board with trading out if they want to. Dave Brigger writes in, Bobby Midnight on his show today Back at it again, calling me old. Uh-oh. Let's check in with Dave Briga's first round opponent in ASMANIAC Madness. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most controversial figures in this tournament. It is time to unleash the beast.
You know what time it is? A beast breaker. 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he
Beast. Beast. Beast, wake up. You're on the air. Beast. Beast, wake up. Beast, wake up. Oh my God, this is not video. For those of you who saw it the first time this happened the other day, this is, I'll prove to you it's not video. Because look, he's wearing a different outfit. Actually, maybe he's not, but I swear to you, this is this is not the same. This is not the second time in like 3 days this happened. Beast, wake up. Beast. Gary, wake him up.
Wake up, Beast! Don't. Like, I don't want to wake him up. Let him sleep. He may have serious health problems.
Bobby, wake him up.
Hey, Beast, how you doing? Wake up!
Beast,
wake up, Beast! Beast, wake up!
Beast.
Beast.
Sound the alarms. Beast, wake up. He was up before. He was on hold before showing me the Super Bowl III ring I sent for Beast for his birthday, which is, I think, next week or something. Beast, wake up. Oh, here we go. Beast.
Now let's get into it. Let's get some stretching going. Let's stretch. Okay. Time to bend down, touch the toes. Yeah, a little exercise. Okay, let's go. Dave Briga, last night I heard you say I'm retarded. I don't think so, sonny boy. I'm going to take you to school, and I'm going to sit you down in my classroom, and you're going to learn to listen. Because remember these words, I'm the teacher. You're the little bitch. Next time you talk, you're going to take my hand. Or should we do this?
And the pitch.
Goodbye. See you.
That is some first round matchup. Dave Briga and Beast to the opening round, the 215 in the Gorman region, the chicken soup region. Are you kidding me? By the way, if you haven't filled out a bracket yet, what are you waiting for? The link is in the description. It's on my social media. It's on Instagram. It's on Twitter. We sent out a community post. It's everywhere. By the way, Dave Briga is saying that he never said that you were the R word, Beast, for what it's worth. I don't remember Dave saying that. I do remember Dave saying he was going to kick your ass, though. That happened. That was great. Speaking of controversial callers, ladies and gentlemen, this guy wasn't a part of the selection show last night, but he's in the tournament. He is a 12 seed. Ladies and gentlemen, sing along.
B-Mac. Look at my TV. B-Mac. I love Aaron Rodgers. Jets. Go Jets.
B-Mac?
Hey, Jake. Good afternoon to you. I'm here Yes.
B-Mac, you're going to get slaughtered in the first round
Yes.
with this internet connection. You have no chance unless you figure out a way to call in. None. Jay Graves is going to destroy you.
Hey.
Hey.
I
you
just
got no
want
chance.
to call
He's
just to
what?
catch up. I hope you are having fun and
Is the final score 98% to
by who?
2% or 97% to 3%? B-Mac, I don't think you got a chance unless you learn how to call in from your phone.
Hello?
Yep, exactly my point.
All right. I just want to say that it's good that I'm in the tournament. I'm happy to be in the tournament, and whoever I'm put that up there. Whoever I'm facing in the tournament, I think I'm number 12, right? Yeah. Is it Jay Graves? I hope not. I hope it's not Jay Graves. I hope. I do hope. I do. That it's I wanted to be Peanut Head, but I guess Peanut Head is afraid to fight me in the tournament. It seems like he's ducking everybody. Jet Johnny, where is Jet Johnny at in the tournament? I don't know. Jet Johnny, you wouldn't last in a karate tournament. I'll probably whoop him in a karate tournament. Belong in the ISL tournament. I used to compete in a wrestling tournament. Just Johnny, I will put you in a real naked choke, man. Like a real naked choke. Like I know some mixed martial arts. I would, but if someone can teach me, I mean, it's so connection.
B-Mac. Hey, you hater guy. Alan sucks and JJ can kiss my ass before I wipe.
Look, it was going to be an uphill battle for B-Mac anyway, but he's got no chance without Wi-Fi. He's screwed. He's screwed with that internet connection. All right? B-Mac, you're done. You have no shot. All right? I have a better chance of having a threesome with Margot Robbie and Sydney Sweeney than you do advancing past the first round of this tournament. It's not happening. You got to figure out how to use your phone and call in because your computer is a bigger disaster than the 2024 New York Jets. Mr. Business writes in, I ordered a shirt from you a minute ago. Any luck? If you ordered a shirt for me, thank you. I did not get the alert yet, but I appreciate it, Mr. Business. Probably takes about 7 to 14 days for it to arrive, depending on the type of shirt. So you'll get a tracking number with your order, and just follow that, and it will arrive. Philly's Limp Noodle writes in, my money is on Bonesy. I think Bonesy could go on a deep run. He's got to remind people who he is. I think Bonesy's a guy that needs to remind people who are maybe new to the show that he's been here from the beginning.
The only thing better than Alden's shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy.
Bonesy.
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
How we feeling?
Man, yesterday was pretty exciting, huh? Shout out to the panel. I mean, Gator, Boom, Rich, Addy, Shine, whoever helped, everybody who helped you. It's Tom Ace, my man. It's so cool. And just to see what's my favorite thing is just watching already them nail all the picks. Like, all the battles that they pick, like you could just see already the drama unfolding, and it's just like, man, the work, the preparation.
It's nuts. I mean, if you really take a step back and think about what we're doing here, we put together a 64-field tournament that features callers into a show about the Jets on YouTube, and we had over 100 people to try and consider. It's insane.
Yeah, especially when you say it out loud like that. It is really impressive. I mean, it just shows what you've done for the community and you know, all the friendships we've made, and it's pretty cool, man. It is
this
cool.
This community has allowed me to be here in Indy this week. It's insane, man. Talking
Hell
about
yeah,
one team that has been dog crap for 14 years, basically, and it's led to 41,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel. It's insane.
You know, I still dream about, imagine the celebration. Like, I don't even like thinking about it because it doesn't feel real, but imagine like we were good and like we were all celebrating together all the time instead of always having to like have nothing else to do except argue with each other, and we'd be more bumping chests instead of, you know, taking shots. But hey, man, I'm excited to be in there. You know, I got JT in the first round, and you know, I hope to come out on top in the first round, and I'm already scared in my second round. If I make it to the second round, I'll go against either Snowball or Chef Kev. Man, those are my guys, man. I am not going to be doing any shit talking, unfortunately.
I mean, you and JT is a fun first matchup, and I'll tell you what, JT is on the line and he's ready to talk.
Oh shit!
Yo, what up?
What's up, man?
I had to up my game and get myself to a shoe store as well. I'm ready for this.
You know, we might have to before our actual battle. You might have to come over to the shoe store and do a little me versus you battle. Like, nah.
Yeah, right. Only if I live like 4 hours away, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I'm just messing around.
But I have no faith in beating you, man. You're an OG to this community. Just honored I get to go against you.
Hey, this whole thing is cool that we're all in this, and it's an honor to be a 3 seed. And you know, I have been around for a while, but hey, all it takes is to get hot at the right time, and you can make a run. There's going to be Cinderella teams in this tournament, and I'm excited to see who it is.
There is.
Doing
the
the bracket was tough, man.
Huh?
Yeah, doing the bracket was rough, bro.
Oh, dude, I changed my mind like 15, 20 times at least. That was tough. I didn't think it was going to be that tough.
Seriously, the panel
You
nailed it.
Chat favorites too. Where's that?
No, I said the panel nailed it. They just the first round matchups are just killer, man.
Dude, they killed it. The regions are great. The matchups are great. It's going to be a great month of March, honestly.
Let's go, boys. All right, it's going to be a great month, a great battle. And look, JT, I mean, I think you got a chance, man. You're a loyal caller. You're funny. You support the show. I think people might not like Bonesy's just, you know, all in, you know, going down with the Titanic love for Joe Douglas and Aaron Rodgers. People might sour on him for that potentially. I mean, I think you got a chance.
Hey, man, I was one of the people leading the brigade to not bring Aaron Rodgers back, so maybe that'll help me. Who knows?
I am not changing my course. I am still like us talking today about Justin Fields. I can't believe that OG Peter Castro came on and just said that he's down for Justin Fields. I didn't think he was gonna, like, yo, if we bring in Justin Fields, our passing yards are gonna be cut in half almost. Like, that is not the way we want to win games, is the run game. And did you see Joe just threw a football at my face? I'm gonna beat his ass when we get off this. But I'll save all my takes for as we get closer because our battle's gonna be late, right? Jake, you're going in order.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have the actual schedule in front of me, but you guys are in the
We're
late
late. We're the
region,
fourth.
so it's the fourth. We're going for those who missed it yesterday. To make it easier for everyone to kind of plan ahead, we're going to start in the chicken soup region and go down, and then butter region down to the train region. So each show there'll be a different matchup, and the first round's going to take the longest, and then obviously it's going to go faster and faster once we start to consolidate, get to the second weekend of the tournament, the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight, and then the Final Four.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Never would I thought when I met you at T Squared for the preseason game, I'd be going against you in ASMANIAC Madness, Bonesy. Best of luck, man.
You too, brother. You too. I'm sure we'll talk again. I'm sure every time you're on hold and I'm on hold, we'll be linked together. So
we're battling it out.
Best of luck.
You're going down.
I got some tricks, bro. I'm gonna pull out some hot chicks, kids, all types
I
of
wouldn't
shit.
put it past you. I'm not shocked there. I'm scared. I'm fearing for my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, great sportsmanship in ASMANIAC Madness.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Here's a photo of the signed Pennington helmet we're giving away, added to the raffle. There's now 6 prizes. I added a Pennington autographed helmet because we got so many great memberships yesterday in support. Big fella alone gifted $250, which is insane. So thank you again to the big fella. But we got the Pennington helmet with the Klecko helmet with the Sanchez helmet. How about that? 2 Jet quarterbacks, autographed helmets. Hasn't always been bad at quarterback. It's never really been great, but we've had moments. Jermaine Johnson signed jersey, signed Mangled jersey, and signed Sauce jersey. I'm here in Indy this week at the Combine. NFL Draft is the talk of the NFL world right now. So we're doing a successful Jets draft pick raffle theme for this week. The raffle will be later this week, most likely Wednesday or Thursday, potentially. Stay on the lookout for that. More of your calls right now. Let's check in with someone who was an honorable mention in our tournament. He's a great caller, and we hear from him for the first time since he was unfortunately left out of the field of 64. Adam is up next. What's up, Adam?
Hey, dude. Yeah, thanks again for the honorable mention. I actually kind of prefer this because at least I have honor, and I'm not going to be a one and done matched up against Lane. Like, that wouldn't be very fun. I feel bad for the 16 seeds because I don't think there's an Albany situation or a or a UMBC situation happening. Sorry.
I mean, look, I think just kind of emerged too late to get in, I think was the thing. You know, like, I think you're obviously a great caller. I think it was just more, you didn't have the full body of work as some of the other 16 seeds.
No hard feelings. I'll be ready for next year. So thank you. It's an encouragement, if anything. So
I love it, Adam. I mean, you did a good job.
All right. So question for you. Did anyone talk about playing devil's advocate with keeping Tyrod, and what is there a case to not keep Tyrod Taylor and trade him or cut him? Any thoughts on a devil's advocate argument for it? I can only think of one, but I wasn't sure if you've ever if you thought about maybe it's not good to hold on to him.
Well, then who's the quarterback?
I'll just throw some ideas out there, right? Like let's say Jameis is available for not much. And then the question would be, well, you have Jameis, kind of a bridge situation. You have Tyrod, a bridge situation. Is that the right allocation of QB resources in this with 2 bridges, one much older than the other? Could an argument be made that as much as we appreciated Tyrod, he was still kind of a relic of a win now environment? And if you were to trade him, what could you get? Because
not much. I mean,
not much.
Yeah,
a future 7th, I don't know, whatever. It would be better than nothing. But
I'd keep him. He's a really good backup. He has won games as a starter before. It's a while ago, but he's got an injury history, yes, but he's well liked in the room. Like, he's a consummate pro. Like, he's not costing you a ton against your cap. Like, keep him for a year, sign someone to compete with him, and draft someone is what I would do.
So the only other person I've been looking for scraps, like everybody else, looking for something out there. There's one QB that I know people are going to just be vehemently against, but I just want to throw it out there as, is it just worth one blink? I'm just asking for a blink. Mac Jones.
Oh,
and I know it's a blank. I'm only asking for a blank because as bad as his performance has been, did get the Patriots to the playoffs, and I don't know if his last 2 years have been with a functional organization either. So is he one of those diamonds in the rough that he's got such a bad brand, but he comparatively performed better?
I think he stinks. And
Yeah.
also, he's gotten worse every year since he was solid as a rookie. And like Mac Jones just seems like a punk. He's a dirty player. Hit sauce on the nuts a couple of years ago. Like there's so many instances of him trying to trip guys. I don't want Mac Jones. He stinks.
I'm not pushing very hard for it, but would that be a better replacement value as opposed to
I don't
Tyrod?
think so. Replacement value. They have plenty of cap space, and Tyrod's already under contract for one more year. Just keep him. You don't need to move off of Tyrod. You could sign Mac Jones with Tyrod. I don't like that idea either. I'm just saying, like, I don't think you need to get rid of Tyrod Taylor. Just leave Tyrod on the team. He's already under contract.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think that he could probably surprise a lot too. I think he could very much also be having a magical year, maybe a one perfect year for him that he deserves for all the time he's spent in the league. So I'm just throwing it out there because, like, sometimes you just sort of think, well, he's an immovable object, but is he? And it's kind of worth just challenging that thinking for a little bit, even if it's coming up with some really crappy straw man arguments like I did. So thanks for entertaining it.
Well, before you go, I would like to read a comment that just came through the pipeline during your call here. And I'm going to immediately put it to bed, but it's certainly worth addressing here. So some have speculated that Alan is your father. You have said that is not true. He is not your dad. But he wrote in, Adam is too nice to be a participant. Nice guys get shown the door. One, that is not true. David T is a 2 seed, and he's probably the nicest person that calls into the show. So that is not true. You can be nice and be rewarded on this program. And also, Alan, go F yourself. Continue, Adam.
Oh, no. Okay. So I like Alan just as much as I like my fake dad. But I will say, if he's not allowed to be on camera during his matchup, guess who can sub in for him?
That's a good point. Very good point.
Be nice, Alan, if you are trying to win this thing.
Adam, excellent call. Excellent call. We got a lot of great callers on the line. Love it. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Mr. Business says, I would like my shirt, though. Dude, if you just ordered it today, I can't make the shipping company get you your shirt. Like, it's going to take 7 to 10 days at least. That's how business works, Mr. Business. Bernard wants to know how he calls in from his phone. Download the YouTube app. Watch the show off YouTube on your phone and hit the link that's pinned in the comments in the live chat and then sign in. It is easy, Bernard. It only took till you're facing basically extinction on this show for you to finally try and do something about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy has the honor and privilege of maybe being slaughtered by the number 1 overall seed in the opening round. He's the first matchup when we start this thing this Saturday, March 1st. Chris G checks in. Chris, you being in the tournament is a huge honor, man. I hope you can at least enjoy the fact that you're in, and I think a year from now you're going to be a lot higher of a seed too.
100%, Jake. You know, it's just a huge shout out to the community, man. I mean, I know my matchup is not fair, but I'm honored to even be in this, man. And you know, even though I'm probably gonna get sent to Cancun round 1, I got some tricks up my sleeve, so we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I'll tell you what. Gorman's call last night was horrible for being real. I don't know if you saw it, Chris. So if you face that version of Charles, I think. Look, I'm not gonna say you got a shot. I don't think you do because Charles' body of work speaks for itself. But maybe it could be one of those matchups where it's a lot closer than many people think.
I know. I mean, Charles came out flat last night, so if I call him from school, maybe I have a chance.
Yeah, if you call him from school, maybe get all your friends to try and show you some support. Maybe you got a chance.
Yeah, but I'm so glad I found this show, man. Like, the community is amazing. You know, you're great. It's all great, man. I'm happy I found this.
Thank you, Chris. Great job, man. Appreciate your support, and I'm glad we got Chris in this tournament here. I love it. I mean, Chris, you could get a bunch of your friends to vote, maybe too. You get your entire middle school to vote for you. I think he's still in middle school, right? Big fella, Jay Graves with a first-round bye. I mean, it feels that way. Ladies and gentlemen, we heard from this person's opponent last night. One of the more compelling matchups in our tournament is a 6-11 matchup. Leany in North Carolina is the 6th seed in that matchup against the Love Man, and Leany's next. Hello, Leany.
Hello. Oh my God, this is so amazing. It really is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to call last night, but during your show, I got a call from my brother, and he's also my boss, so I had to take the call.
I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, Leany. I mean, you talk about a great matchup in the hood region. You and Luppy, that is
I
fantastic.
know, and I love Luppy. That's why I'm not going to be doing any SHIT talking because I like Luppy. But it would be nice, you never want to go out in the first round. So it would be nice if I could make it to the second round. But you know what? I got selected, and that's all that matters. It's so much fun. I was very shocked, and sixth. So I thought that was pretty cool. So thank you, everybody, all the committee. What a great job! This is just so much fun. I am so glad that I complained to my son that I missed watching Jets post game live because I didn't get SMY anymore. And he said, "Mom, just go to YouTube, put in Jet content creators." And thank you, Jesus. Jake popped up. And there was a few others that I do follow, but you are my favorite. You know that I love you.
Thank you,
So,
Leany. You're the best. I'll tell you what. I think, Leany, just looking at your region, you could go on a deep run here. I think you're beloved in the chat. You're a member of the 4%. If you take down Luppy and you versus Neil, people might just be like, Neil, he's got a big head, 17-0, he's a jinx. I can see you getting by Neil. Then all of a sudden, you get into the Sweet 16. Anything's possible. You got a chance.
that is true. That is true. My first time that I did for the basketball, I did got into it with my husband at work. So it was the first time, and I guess, I got in the bracket and I ended up winning it. So who knows? Maybe I know I won't win this. I don't think, there's just too many great people. But it would be nice, like I said, if you could get into the second round. But I won't be mad if Lumpy gets in. I like Lumpy. So, but everyone's talking. I'm sorry, I got a little bit late. I had emails and I had calls I had to make. But I know the last caller, he was talking about, the quarterback situation and yada, yada, yada. So I just thought I'd give my take before I say goodbye. I wanted Rodgers too. I understand it's a business and okay, we're moving on. But out of everybody that we're talking about, Cousins and Winston and all this stuff, I don't like any of them, but I really kind of sat down and thought about it. And if we're going to do anything like that and bring in somebody else besides Tyrod Taylor, why not Fields? He's not my favorite, but I thought about it. He's young. And who knows, maybe this new regime can mold him. I mean, I don't really know that much about the new offensive coordinator. So I don't know what his philosophy is and what his offense is going to look like. So maybe Fields might be the perfect quarterback. Like, we really don't know. So it's kind of just up in the air. So I don't know. Like I said, but Fields, since he's young, that's who I'd rather. I don't want Cousins or Winston or anybody like that.
I agree. It just, the options aren't great. So it's just,
no.
Let's see. Maybe they get lucky in the draft and they find someone that could be
that
our guy.
too. That too. I mean, I've been through this many, many years. That's the only one thing I'm going to say. I don't know about Luppy and, things like that, but because I'm not sure how he's probably near my age, but, I've been a Jet fan.
How old are you,
This is
Leany?
going to be
You're
31 years.
31, Leany? How old are you again? 31, 32?
Oh, you're wonderful. Yeah. It's going to be 61 next. Shh, don't tell anybody. Yep, on March 6th. I know. And what is that, 2 weeks? That just blows my mind. But so I don't know if I've been a longer Jet fan. So if that's going to help anybody vote for me, then it's going to be a long, since I was 5. So it's going to be 56 years. That's a long time cheering for this team.
God bless. It's crazy.
But anyway, I can't wait to see all your content. So good luck this week. I can't wait to see you and who you're going to interview and stuff like that. So have a blast, Jake. And thanks, everybody.
Leany, you're the best. I mean, Leany's doing damage. I'm telling you, folks. That's a dangerous 6 seed. And Luppy's great, too. I mean, that's a really hard matchup. Johnny Boy campaigning for himself. I accept bribes in the form of super chats if you want to campaign for yourself. I got rent to pay. Be a real Jet fan. Vote Johnny Boy, JB 2025. Johnny Boy is in an interesting spot here. I believe he's in the Gorman region, right? And he's facing Jason in Jerusalem in the 8-9 matchup. I mean, look, you get by Jason in Jerusalem, Johnny Boy. Could you be the one to take down Gorman? Could you be? I don't know. Find out. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Johnny Boy with another campaign super chat. If you love America and Canada, vote Johnny Boy. I love it. I love it. All right, we got a bunch of people on hold here. I appreciate everyone. I want to get to as many calls as possible. I'm specifically going to people that are in the tournament or honorable mentions that we didn't hear from last night. So, ladies and gentlemen, the 3 seed in the Hood region, making his debut on the show for the first time since he was announced as part of the field of 64. We say hello right now to this guy.
I think that guy I know, right?
Hello, Neil.
Hey, my brother.
How
are you? I was down in Florida. That's why I was out. I did listen to the whole thing here at night. I was having a nice patio cigar down in Florida, and I was playing golf, and I had to meet clients. So I was busy the last few days. I'm very honored that I'm on the ASMANIAC Madness.
You're in the Hood region. How does it feel?
I'm in the Hood region, the OG region. You know, I heard Peter Castro's comments there. You know, he doesn't like my takes on 17-0, and then he dives on Justin Fields. It's like diving on a. That's like diving on a mortar. I mean, if he wants the team to succeed, Justin Fields is really not the answer. I mean, that's the smelly 4-win season you've been anticipating with that. How about we throw a grenade out there for Stafford or so? Come on, let's try something. I mean, Jake, if we got Matthew Stafford for a first-round pick this year and something next year, and we took a shot on Matthew Stafford and he became a Jet, wouldn't you get excited?
I just don't think they're going to invest draft capital into Stafford. Like, it just is like they're not going to look at it like they're a quarterback.
You don't think they want to win? I think it's a want to win now. Look,
I don't think they want to lose, but I don't think they're going to be as aggressive as they've been the last 2 years to try to win, if that makes sense.
I get it. But I think we take a shot. I would like to take a shot on somebody. Look, our success was with Vinny. We really don't have success with developing young quarterbacks that come out. Where in our history have we ever had a guy come in that is only 3 or 4 years in the league and succeed? What quarterback was that in 56 years? I don't remember one.
Well, Chad sat and developed. I'm giving away the
No, but we chose Chad.
You're saying we signed someone?
Right. From outside the organization that succeeded, that was a young quarterback. Now, I know we succeeded with older quarterbacks. Has been our forte. I mean, Brett Favre, Testaverde, Aaron. We succeed with guys on the back end that are Fitzpatrick, another one.
Well, but very rarely do you have young quarterbacks that become available, though. Like that, so it's kind of tough from that standpoint. You know, like if a young quarterback.
I mean, Justin Fields is entering his 5th season?
Yeah, but he's 25 years old. Let's see.
He's 27. He's 27.
Is he? Okay, so let's see. Well, you know, he was part of Zach's draft class. It was 2021. He's 25, Neil. He turns 26 in a couple days from now, March 5th.
So already he has 5 years in the league, right? Or 4? Is this going to be his 5th year?
This will be his 5th season.
He's had 4 seasons to develop. He was under one of the best coaches ever, and he got benched.
But he's not an offensive guy, Tomlin. He's a CEO coach. He's not an offensive guy.
But he do I trust his judgment and him overseeing a CEO of a team and benching somebody for Russell Wilson?
I'm not sold on Fields either. I agree with you. He would not be my choice. Like I would sign Carr to compete with Tyrod or Jameis Winston, who's a friend of the show. Like I don't think Justin Fields is going to.
Jameis Winston, I'm out with Jameis Winston. He's just going to throw too many.
If we're going to suck, at least we'll score points. Break our heart. What are you expecting? At least we'll score points.
I mean, how about Derek Carr with keeping Devontae as a possibility? I mean, Devontae with Carr is going to succeed. Carr, we were good in pass pro last year, and Carr needs pass pro to succeed. If you protect him and you give him weapons, he might have a resurgent year. Cousins might have a resurgent year. We want to count on a quarterback that is going to have a resurgent year with our team, who already has plenty of talent on it. Every year we go by this year, our talent diminishes, not increases, unless we make great draft picks. I mean, when you think about it, we still have our Fab Four under rookie contracts. I want to succeed this year, and we have a shot to do that by taking going all in. I agree. The Stafford thing is a real all-in type move for a team. I mean, that has Super Bowl aspirations. Let's kind of put him on his side. Cousins, Carr, somebody who has had success in the league that has not been great the last couple. Even Russell Wilson. I'll take a flyer. Is Russell Wilson somebody we could take a shot with or not?
I would be surprised if they went with that.
No, is it possible to get him?
Yeah, he's a free agent. Of course it's possible.
Okay. Look, who are you going to be more excited with? Let's say they have a great draft. They get some nice free agents. Under center, Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. When you go to the opener, who do you would rather have under center? I'd rather have Russell Wilson.
See, I'd rather have Justin Fields because there's an upside there. Russell Wilson to me and Tyrod Taylor are similar.
I don't think Justin Fields is going to beat Tyrod Taylor out in the preseason.
He
I think
probably
if
won't, but he's going to get hurt. But Tyrod Taylor's not. If you guaranteed me 17 games of Tyrod's health, he'd be my choice. I think he's competent. But that's the issue with Tyrod.
I think Tyrod Taylor. Well, he did make the playoffs with Buffalo. Was he healthy that whole year?
Yeah,
what happened?
It was also almost a decade ago. But yeah, I mean, he was healthy that year.
Right. How old is Tyrod Taylor? He's like 36 now, right?
He'll be 30. I think he's 36 week 1.
Oh God. And he's got. Well, I mean, again, I'm not going to make a commitment on a quarterback because then it's going to say one of Neil's shitty takes. I'm not doing it. All I will say is I might not know what's good, but I certainly have seen enough bad. I'm really good at judging bad. I'm really good at it. Justin Fields, I just don't get a feel we're going to be able to. I can't be happy with that. I can't get excited with Justin Fields.
Well, let me calm you down. Let's talk about something else here. Mike D's Nuts thinks you're one and done, but then the next comment is Neil got a favorable draw. So a lot of mixed opinions on your matchup.
So look, whoever's saying I'm one and done, they haven't watched the show the last 12 months. I mean, we got a lot of new flavors here. We got a lot of new, you have a lot of new guys here that weren't around a year ago.
Do you think you're going to take down Indy Jets? Are you confident?
Well, what is Indy Jets gonna? What is he gonna do? Leany. I'm gonna have to sweet talk her into letting me advance to the next round. Otherwise, he's doing it. I'm Leany's great. I love Leany. I like Luppy a lot. I Indy Jets fan. I'm impartial one way or the other. I mean, David T.
He was taking shots at you last night, though. Did you hear that?
Let him take shots at me. I don't care.
Indy
Peter
just now.
Peter took a little shot at me, didn't he? Take a little side shot at me. Hey, Indy, how are you?
What's going on, Big Neil?
I have no ill will with Indy Jets. These guys that you put us all in, we're all old-time fans. When did you start watching the Jets, Indy?
84.
How old are you now?
52.
52. Okay. 74 you would have been if you were my age. So, you're a dedicated fan, right? We're dedicated.
Oh, absolutely. We all bleed green.
What's that?
I said we all bleed green.
Right. We're in a to me, the guy that doesn't deserve to be in our thing is the number 1 seed. Jet fan, KC Jet fan. Well, I don't give a, what the hell? Chiefs fan. He's not in our look. We got Rob, my man. Weed the People's okay. I could smoke a joint with him, but he's not anything else but that. Nate got up. Nate is horrible. He conceded to me in a lot of things when we went to the T-Squared. He went against me with a lot of the things that we didn't do. He wasn't even a Aaron Rodgers guy, Nate. He'll say he was, but he wasn't. Okay, the first time around, he wasn't. Nobody, Jake, did anybody in the chat scream and yell for Aaron Rodgers like me? I was all over Aaron Rodgers. Agree or not agree?
You wanted him back for a while, but like he was playing.
I wanted him
awful,
from the get-go. I bought season tickets because of Aaron Rodgers. I was all in with him. And
I'm
a
not
lot of
talking
guys
about.
did that.
No. I was all in with him too. If we're talking about 2 years ago when they were trying to pursue him, but I thought you were talking about trying to keep him for next year.
That too. I mean, that was. Did you want to keep him, Indy? How would you feel about Rod when you went? Look, when Rodgers is getting released here and they moved on from him, it broke my heart. I don't know how you felt, Indy. How'd you feel?
You know, I was perfectly fine with it. Rodgers added nothing to this team. Remember, Rodgers has won 13 games in 3 years. Our biggest concern is Tyrod Taylor being healthy. Rodgers hasn't been healthy in 3 years either.
Well, I mean, I agreed. He got banged up. Look, a lot of quarterbacks get banged up. When they get banged up and they're warriors and go in, a lot, again, it's coaching, Indy. If they took him out after the Denver game and they had a coach with balls and they put Tyrod in for a couple of games and Aaron Rodgers got healthier, you have to agree down the stretch, Jake, his numbers. What were his numbers the last 5 games, Jake? He was good. What was his numbers?
Now, see, here's where I'll argue with you on that, because you take his last 8 games, Rodgers couldn't score a touchdown in the second half of 5 of those 8 games. Now, you're telling me that this guy, it was our savior. Now, that's not what that.
No, I never said
he's Tyrod Taylor.
No. I never said. Look, here, don't put words in my mouth. Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback, a top 15 quarterback when healthy, when Justin Fields is a 30 quarterback in his best day.
Rodgers hasn't been healthy in 4 years. Rodgers hasn't been healthy in 4 years. So, I mean, you're talking about a 40-year-old quarterback who hasn't been healthy in 4 years. 3 years.
4 years? Well, when you say he hasn't been healthy, he had an Achilles 4 snaps in, so you can't say he hasn't been healthy. Let's put it this way.
Okay,
Andy,
his last season in Green Bay, he wasn't healthy. Last year, we can attribute to some of his poor play of not being healthy. So he's not.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? You get to pick the ones who make the show walk. Who's the king? Original.
I'm going to save it for the matchup because they're going to play in the opening week of our tournament in the hood. Actually, no, we're starting with the Gorman region. Either way, I'll save the Neil Indy battle for later on. I love it. Neil is someone that I've spoken to some people that have filled out brackets that they have going very far. But Neil, because of his brash personality, maybe could be susceptible to an upset. Could Leany take down Neil in the round of 32 if they both win their opening round matchup? I could see that. This is a tough tournament, man. It really is. Ladies and gentlemen, a 10 spot of channel memberships came through the pipeline. Mimosa has gifted them. Mimosa, we got to get you to start calling in so we can get you in this tournament 1 year from now. Either way, thank you for the support. 10 spot, here we go.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
If you hear your name called, you thank Mimosa. Mark Ferrero, Mr. C, Vino, Gilbert Gonzalez, Dean Paparella, Stack Stiff Timing, Dre Day Jet Fan, Ryan Moss, Cheese Man, all receiving channel memberships. JT also in there from Mimosa. What I'm going to do right now for those watching live is show an example ASMANIAC Madness matchup. So it lists Gator and Boomtown as 1 seeds here in this hypothetical. So it's going to look something like this. Check the chat if you're watching live. If you're not watching live, go over to the chat. And you'll see it, the live chat replay. And you'll see a poll that pops up. And it's going to have the matchup, right? It will say ASMANIAC Madness, Chicken Soup Region, Gator, Boomtown, their seed number, and people will vote. And at the end of the show, I will stop the poll, and we're going to see who's up. That's how it's going to go. All right. So Gator and Boomtown. Gator right now is up 61% to 39% in this poll, right? So then whenever I stop it, who's ever winning advances. That's how it's done. It's completely based on the votes by the audience. Now, I got to talk with the committee about maybe certain rules for polling. Like some shows in March, I might be live for 3 hours if the Jets signed a big free agent, right? So I think we'll have like a set amount of time. The poll will be live for everyone. You know, maybe it will be 60 minutes from when I open it to close. We'll try and be consistent with that. Jquest says, how do I see the poll mid-show? Just go over to the live chat, Jquest. It should be there. And if you don't see it, refresh your browser and it will be there. But I'll talk with the committee to get the exact parameters of how long the poll will be open. But you'll see there's an example poll right there for people. That's how we'll do it. Infrared writes in, 3 years ago, I typed Jake instead of Jets by accident because I was drunk and watched the show ever since. I love that, Infrared. Thank you. Let's get to more of your calls. Hey, Triple M, I see you're on the line, but there's no camera connected, so it's not letting me bring you on. So you get that set up and we'll go to you. Let's check in right now with Allen's first round opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, Jets Johnny's on the line. What's up, Johnny?
Jake, my brother, how you doing today, man?
Johnny, what's going on, man? How you feeling about your matchup with Allen?
You know, I did a lot of thinking last night, and yeah, I still feel the same. Allen's going down. This is easy. He's digging his own grave in the chat as we speak, so it's all good. I don't even really have to do nothing. He's gonna do all the work for me, so this is easy work. You know, I'm just looking forward to all the exciting matchups. Like we get a little taste right now today of it with Bonesy and this guy. So you know, I'm just excited. What is Alan saying? Capitalizing on my haters. Alan, get a life, buddy. Anyways, yeah, so I'm excited about the tournament, and you know, I did want to talk about the Jets a little bit. You know, not really. Fuck that.
What's there to talk about with the Jets? Tomorrow we'll have actually things to talk about. That's why it was important for me to get the bracket out before we got to the combine. Because tomorrow we got Muji and Glenn speaking, and I'm going to go live right after they're done for my initial thoughts. I'm going to do a show in the morning, too, set the scene. I got Will Parkinson coming by the Radio Row table. Things are happening, folks. There's magic in the air. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we hear from someone that I believe, if he becomes a consistent caller, will remind a lot of people about what this tournament is all about. Not just recent performances on the show, the entire body of work over the last calendar year, which is why this guy, I believe, has a legit chance to do damage in this tournament. Let's say hello right now to our friend, Scott. Hello, Scott.
Oh. Hello. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I appreciate it.
How are you,
thanks
Scott?
for taking the time.
How you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm doing fine. I'm able to lift and feeling better. So on that aspect, I feel all right.
Now you're in the butter region. Your first round matchup is very compelling. It's against the hamburger.
Yeah. You know, the hamburger is an intriguing individual. It's not easy. The butter region's loaded, man. All kinds of stuff going on. But you know, I think, you know, it's a very. I think there's ways around this butter region.
You think so?
I hope I do. I think with a little football talk, a little bit of maybe, you know, politics could irritate some people. I don't know. I think maybe I have a chance. Anyone does, you know. I mean, Cinderella, even I could be the Cinderella story, but I'm not taking off my slipper, you know, so anything can happen.
What about, are you going to let your hair down?
I don't know. I mean, I might just put my hair how I normally have it, which no one has seen yet. So that's an intrigue. You know, that's an aspect of something that might throw off my competitor.
What color glasses do you think you're going to be wearing in the tournament, Scott? We know that you have different shades of them.
Ooh, I could show a little bit of love. I still have those.
Oh, yeah.
I could show it all American star glasses. So this, you know, I'm not quite sure. But, you know, this, we can just, I could just do this with it. Yeah. This might just stop you a little bit. I mean, you got all kinds of people here. You got the Queens, the Kings, Bonesies, the Gormans, Mr. Gorman. You never know who might show up. I have a hamburger I got to deal with. You know, Allen's there. You got the Midnight Brothers. That's like a tag team of wrestling. It's World Tag Team Champions right there, brothers. That could be a sibling rivalry, and they have to go against each other. Allen's in the region. He could be in the hole. Who knows? Gary, I haven't forgot you too, brother. We had a little conversation earlier. But I think as far as quarterback, guys, we have, like I said, we have a lot of guys that are going in their 4 or 5, seasons. So someone's going to get franchised. You got Johnson, Sauce, Brees. A lot of guys are ready for.
What up, Scott? I feel like, Scott, you're muted. You know you're muted? Yeah.
You all right?
I'm good. I don't know. As soon as I came on, your internet kind of a little shoddy.
No, it's not a shot. You do. I just said we had a conversation. I told you I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. We had a good conversation. Best conversation I've heard in a while between Gary and Scott. Well, I appreciate that, Love Bites. Scott will dominate Hamburger. People are do you think you're going to beat Hamburger? Of course you think you're going to beat Hamburger.
Well, thank you. I mean, hey, you never know. It's not my call. I mean, it's what the people want. And that's how it goes. I'm just saying, like, you never know what could happen. They could say, hey, they don't want me in. But I mean, even talking football, we have an issue. We're not going to have a quarterback, so we're not going to be that good. So we got the 7th pick. I don't want any of the 2 quarterbacks.
Well, they're taking the 3rd quarterback. The more and more I see about people talking up Jackson Dart, the more and more I think the Jets are taking him at 7. And at that point,
I don't want.
Just start Tyrod. When Tyrod gets hurt, there's your opportunity to put Jackson Dart in.
Yeah, but we need a D tackle. O tackle would be nice. Olo's going to move to the left. We're going to need a right side because Moses is gone. We don't have a quarterback, so build a team around it. Get assets. People, draft capital. I'm so sick of that shit. Sorry, Jake. I'm so sick of the PowerPoint cliche phrases that the whole media uses. I think that no one wants to move up. I don't think our 7th pick. It's not as great as other years. But there's always talent in any draft, no matter what they say. They don't give a shit. You can find guys, FAs. We're not going to have a quarterback. We're not going to be that good, so build a team around it. So though maybe next year a quarterback says, hey, you know what? I'll go to the Jets. We pick up a D tackle. We DJ Reed might be gone. Maybe we pick up the top cornerback. Building a whole, and they say, well, I don't want a roster. I want a team. I want to build culture. You build culture. You tell guys, hey, look, this is the NFL. This is what we are. We're the Jets, right? You have to coach people. You got to have a coach. You got to have the O-line coach has to get better. The D-line coach has to better. The quarterback coach has to get better. We need the best surgeons, the best physical therapists, the best scouting team, the best decision makers, CEOs. We need people that are, look what's going on political. And I don't want to make it, but you got like Elon Musk, who I don't want to get into it, isn't, all for America. Let's just say that. But looking into things and saying, hey, this might be a problem. I don't care about your coaching philosophy. It's game to game. How can we win? How can we get the matchups we want? The one-on-one matchups. Is this slot guy moving over? Is it running the ball? Is it using a double tight end? It's not, this is what we do by week 9, what everyone says, and this is how we're going to do it. It's game by game. So your philosophy has to change. Sometimes you might have to use, we use a 43, depending on the DBs, nickels and dimes, you might have to go quarter defenses, too deep. Safety. It's an entire team. It's not just, we're the coach. This is my philosophy.
All right, more calls right now. Scott is on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Hello, Scott.
Hey, what's up, brother? I'm at a park right now, and I want to ask people if there are any Jet fans out here. But
are you in New York?
Yeah, it's in Saratoga Springs, which is like about 30 minutes north of Albany. You go right down the highway, easy drive. But yeah, it's really nice here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we have a Jet fan. Hey, come back here. Are you a Jet fan?
Oh my God.
No, you are Affleck. See, and maybe you are. I guess not. Probably not. Hey, you this follows Bobby Midnight. This is Jet talk here. Hey, I'll probably get in trouble, So yeah, send Alan to the hole. Get that clown in there. And you know what? Put him.
Oh, we lost Scott. Man. I don't know what to say. Many of you probably weren't here this summer when Scott was the guy on the show for a little while. And then he was away for a while, the entire season. So I gained so many subscribers during the season. There's probably a lot of you being like, what? Who's this guy? Scott was Beastbreaker before Beastbreaker as far as a must-see caller over the summer. So just know that, it's based on the last year, this tournament. It was really the summer of Scott. I'm seeing it in the chat from Boom. He's right. I mean, it got to a point where the committee was deciding, do we put one of Scott's ducks in the tournament? That was the type of impact he had. Incredible. Indy Jets writes saying, hey, Jake, I just wanted to add something about how great last night's show was. That's what I was calling in for. Indy, thank you, man. I'm excited for you and Neil to go at it. Let's get the more calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to the 4th seed in his region, Kyle Clifton. Hello, Kyle.
What's going on, Jake?
How are you, Kyle?
Good. Little Miss Clifton insisted on joining us.
I love it. I love it. Hello, little Miss Clifton.
Hi.
So, I noticed that Jets Johnny was not above, campaigning, shameless self-promotion, which, there's going to be all sorts of different strategies out there. I'm trying to melt people's hearts by bringing in little Miss Clifton right now.
Smart.
I'm not above it myself. But one thing is clear, whether I come out of my first round matchup with Phenom or Phenom comes out, we're playing Jay Graves in the next round.
Look, unless BMAC can magically figure out how to get his internet in line, it's tough to picture that not being the case.
We've never seen a fall from grace like this, and I don't know if it was necessarily grace, but it's been a fall for sure. I think Asmaniac Nation is out for blood with BMAC.
You're not wrong. I mean, the train region's a fascinating region because we've yet to hear from the 2 seed in that region on this show, V-Man. V-Man, as long as V-Man doesn't sleep through the whole tournament, I think he's got a chance to do damage, but who knows?
Yeah, that's for sure. And I just wanted to chime in one thing about the Neil and Indy Jets call.
Yep.
Rodgers was never brought here to be a savior. That's 2020 hindsight, or it's like retooling the narrative to say that he was ever brought here to be the savior. He was supposed to provide competent quarterback play, and the organization let him down because either the players aren't good enough, and we're finding that out now, or Douglas wasn't doing things like going out and getting a kicker, or filling in necessary gaps, or dismantling the D line. And I like Joe Douglas. I think that the talent level is way higher than it was when he first came here, and he's left us in better stead than when he got here. But the record is the record, and it's a brutal business.
I agree. Well, people always like forget the 2023 team with Rodgers doing what he did in 2024 wins 10 or 11 games. The problem was the defense was a shell of what it was a season ago, and the kicker, who couldn't miss his first 2 years with the Jets, was the worst kicker in the NFL until they finally got rid of him. Like, that never gets brought up. Plus, you had a coaching change when the team was 2-3. Instead of firing up the team and giving them a spark, it did the total opposite. So Rodgers was not perfect, but he played like a competent NFL quarterback. He's still a starter in this league.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that the 2023 version would have been a playoff team, but the unfortunate part about it is we'll never know.
No.
Right? I mean, we might find out if Rodgers played the whole year that his decline has been more precipitous than we've even realized. But I appreciate your time, Jake, and say goodbye there.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. A great call. Kyle Clifton pulling out all the stops to try and win. I love it. I love it. It just, it's so frustrating, man. Everything is. Being a Jet fan is very frustrating. It's the worst. Sometimes you just want to not do it anymore. Just go to bed and not deal with anything anymore, right, Beast? You up? Beast? Wake up, Beast. 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 Sound the alarm. Wake up. Let me try this.
Beast Breaker.
Hey, he's up. Hey, Beast, are you ready for Brigga?
Oh, I'm take your head. I know where this ball's gonna go. Hey, Burger, come here, Sonny. I got something that I'll just right your deck. Here comes the 1-1. Bye-bye. That ball's going. Cheese toast. Cheese in the seats. Hey, Brigga, I got your number, and your number's gonna be annihilation to the core.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
What a matchup that is to start it off in that region, huh? The 215. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait for that one. More calls right now. Let's say hello to Papa Jet, who's next. What's up, Papa Jet?
Hey, Jake, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, I'm having a blast this last day and a half. This tournament, it's going to be great. Is this the first time doing this? First year?
First year. Never done it before.
Wow. I think you're going to have to do it every year now.
I think so, too. We're going to make it even bigger each year, too. I mean, it's going to be crazy. Next year, I got to get it sponsored by a big, we need, one of my existing sponsors or a new sponsor to want to sponsor it, so that we could, really have insane, prizes for cash prizes for the winners too.
Yeah. Hey, and speaking of prizes, man, you got some really kick-ass prizes this week coming up.
Thank you.
I mean, they're killer prizes. I don't even know how you do it, but
Hey, I'll tell you how. People gift memberships, and I take a percentage of that and reinvest it in the show to keep able to do giveaways. That's it. The more memberships I get, the more super chats, the more income I have to reinvest it in the show. That's it.
Well, you got my favorite player right there, Klecko, and my second favorite player, Mangold. So maybe I'll get it.
I love it. You're in the raffle, right, Papa John? I know you've gifted some memberships or some super chats
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yep. I think 5, and I'll probably do one tomorrow.
Cool.
Give a little more.
No pressure, man. Whatever you could give is
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah. But you know what's going to, I think I called you Friday and I said the Beast is going to be like feast or famine. You know, I could see him going out the first round or winning it. And I think another one is Alon, or is it Allen? I don't know.
Yeah, Allen, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Well, if it's Allen, he should spell it right. That's not how I spell Allen, but
It's
anyway, yeah. But I just lost my train of thought here. Oh, one more thing. What would make this bracket awesome if the Beast won? You know, 2 words into his victory speech, he's going to the hole. you know it's happening. I mean, who's going to bet against that? You know,
You're probably right. You're honestly probably right. Now, I will say this though. I did make a rule last night. I don't know if you saw it, where on the day that Beast is competing, he can't be sent to the hole unless obviously he crosses the line, which could happen. But you can't send him to the hole unless he actually does something that's deserving of it. You know what I mean?
right? But on his victory speech, he could be though, right?
If the victory speech happens that show where he's on the line and we could announce him as the winner, he can't be sent to the hole during it.
Okay.
But you know what, Papa Jet, I am a capitalist, so depending on just how big that bounty is, I might make an exception.
Well, you know, if Beast wins it, like I said, 2 words into it, you'd probably have at least 50, 60 people just hitting the button that put him into the hole, you know, which would be funny.
Hey, but there'll be probably a ton of people that will pay the bounty and get him out of the hole, though, because if he advances, people like him.
Yeah, I got him out a few times. He cost me money. But anyways, I'll let you go because I know you got some more tournament people online. So
I appreciate it, Papa Jet. Thank you very much. Great call. Oh my goodness. Hilarious. Stay woke with a super chat. Cuts the line. Thank you, Stay Woke. Hi, Jake. How are they going to score the battles so we know who moves on? So you see in the chat right now, there's a poll. It's an example of what it's going to look like. You're going to have the seed, and it's going to say Asmaniac Madness, Chicken Soup region, right? And then it's going to say in the Chicken Soup region, Gator, 1 seed, Boomtown, 1 seed. Make your pick. These are just examples and not the tournament, obviously. You know, like everyone. So, you know, I'll pull up the actual bracket, right? So we were just talking about Beast. It's going to say Chicken Soup region, Beast Breaker 2 seed, Daybreaker 15 seed. Each name is an option to vote for. Vote. Whoever gets more votes advances. There was a question from Mimosa. What if you can't watch the show live? It's only for people that can be here live. It's the only fair way to do it. So even if you can't watch the whole show, if there's someone you really want to vote for, if you just want to pop in for 30 seconds and just vote and then watch the rest of the show later, feel free. But this is hopefully to give people a reason to tune in every day this upcoming month, as we also have free agency and draft buildup. So it's going to be insane in March. Dave Briga has responded to the Beast. Oh, you really scare me, fatso. Go on the John and empty your brains. Now that is what we call trash talk. More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to the #1 seed in the Butter region. It's time.
Well, you know I love to talk and hate to type. Jake, when is your next show? Alan is a cartoon character. Bobby.
I took Leany over Lumpy.
You know it's Lumpy, right?
Yeah, Lumpy, whatever. Yeah, I'm taking him over Lumpy.
What's your issue with Lumpy?
No issue. I'm just taking Leany. I like Leany over Lumpy.
Okay, you just came in and just like went after Lumpy, it felt like. I don't know.
No, I'm telling you who I picked. And I picked Neil over that guy who he talked to. What's it? Indy Jet. Yep. Neil's gonna wipe the floor with him.
Real quick, I'm seeing in the chat people saying they don't see the poll. Refresh your browser; it should be there. Check
Yeah,
the live chat.
it was.
It's there. I'm
It's
looking at it.
in.
There's
I looked at
172
it too.
votes.
Yep.
Did you
So
get the job at Burger King, by the way, or McDonald's?
no, I did not.
Which one?
Both of them. I gotta
Both of them
try
turned you down.
hmm
Why'd they turn you down? What happened?
I don't know. They don't give you. They just say you don't get the job. That's all.
That's
The one at
ridiculous.
McDonald's interviewed me a couple of years ago. She hates me.
Why does she hate you?
I don't know. She has problems with me. I don't know.
All
I
right,
forgot.
Well, we gotta get you a job then. Let's get you a different job.
Yeah, I'm looking online as we speak. So I'm not giving up. I could get a job on there.
You'll get a job.
Yeah. I have faith in myself.
It's their loss for not hiring you.
I got the Holiday Inn job of myself. Remember I told you?
Yeah, you used to work at the hotel.
Yeah, until I fell down like last year in the bathroom. That was not good. Not very good.
Beastbreaker says, "I respect you, Bobby. You're a good man."
You're a good man too, Beastbreaker. Yeah.
All right, could you get the job back at the hotel?
I'm trying. I'm gonna ask Frank if I can.
Your brother works at the hospital. Are there any jobs there?
Well, one problem with that is they don't hire people who work, family. They don't do that.
Why not?
In that house. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if, because Michael's working at night time now, so maybe if I could get a day job, it won't track.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's their rule. I
they need
tried.
you.
Yeah, we were able to work in the Keene hospital together, me and Michael, but Brattleboro has different things. So with Dave Berger, I was just telling him he's old because every time in the chat he puts me down all the time ever since, Bobby's getting old, Bobby's going running out and all that. I'm just saying he's old, that's all. And that's not a lie. He's old. He's older than me, but I show respect for him. He's old. That's all I have to say about
So
Dave.
you and Dave Briga, you guys have issues or no?
No, I don't have any issues. He's the one who chats in the chat. So I was just telling Beastbreaker on my show that he's an old man. That's all I said. That's true.
I see. So who are you voting for in that opening round matchup? Are you voting for
I'm
Dave
just
or are you voting
going
for
for
Beast?
Beastbreaker. I'm going
So
for Beast.
You like Beast in that matchup?
Yes, I do.
I see.
I think he's going to mop the floor with David.
Mop the floor with him, really?
Yeah, that's what I said.
How about that?
Well, Dave Brigger wrote a lot of. I think Mikey's going to win it all. That's my pick.
You think so?
Mike, yeah. You know who didn't get picked at all? I was surprised. Addison didn't get picked.
He doesn't really call this show a lot. So
Well,
it's
there's
tough
a
for the
lot of them down there don't call in. You got looks like he's going up against who's going against the guy who blows the tuba? Your friend, Monday Night Guy. Yeah, who's going up against him?
Bijan is he's got a tough matchup. I think Bijan is facing Cheats fan. Yep, in the first round.
Okay, so he never calls in. So
Well, he does call in just as much as Addison, and also you got to remember, Bobby, it's based on the last calendar year. So when it comes to Bijan, I mean, think back to this show and how often you see a clip like this that has been played. Or
right,
was
the
played.
Monday Night Football. Yeah, Monday Night Football. That's what he
I
told Gary.
Yeah.
Gary did not know who he was. That's what I told him. He played
Also,
that.
Bijan played the national anthem at the beginning of our draft megacast from Circa.
Yes, that's right. In the summer. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Let's go. You got to remember that. Also, Bijan gave
Yeah.
us this.
Let's go, baby.
Was Addison at least a mentionable?
Was he at least
mentionable?
Was he a munchable?
No, what's that thing you did the first thing? The 10, what's that word called?
Was he a lunchable?
Not lunchable, notable.
An honorable mention? Yeah, Addison was. There were 10 honorable mentions. Justin Spencer,
Okay.
Decker,
All right.
M is Too Cool, Addison, Southern Jet, Dirty, Indomitable, Triple M, Devin, and 3 siblings J.
Okay, I give it. Okay, that's good. At least you got an honorable mention. Okay. No,
Dave
I thought
Brigger
it
writes
was-
in, Bobby, I'm older than you. It's fact. So you make an issue of it. If I'm a Jets fan who has been here since the beginning, as opposed to you.
Oh, sure. I've been a Jet fan a long time, Dave Brigger. I just said you're old, and you always type bad shit about me in the chat. So shut up, okay? That's it.
I see.
Yeah, he does. I
right,
see
so
him
what-
all the time typing shit about me in the chat.
Whoa.
He does all the time. I'm just saying that he's old. He's old.
Dennis says Bobby feels he can disrespect people now because of his celebrity status given to him by Jake.
No, Dennis, I do not do that.
I
It's
didn't.
just-
I didn't get Bobby celebrity status. He did that to himself.
Yeah, well, I decided to have my own show. Jake didn't do that. I did it. Don't blame Jake. Blame me. I'm the clown. I'm the ass clown.
Dave Brigger says I won't shut up. There you go with the anger.
Okay, well, just pipe down and stop typing about me, you old fart.
Whoa! Wow! Explosions. We should have put Bobby in the same bracket as Brigger.
No, I'm in my butter racket. Where is he located?
He Dave Brigger is in the chicken soup region, I believe.
He's not going very far.
You think Beast beats him?
Yeah, the first
All right.
round, definitely. Yeah.
Dave Brigger says,
All
Bobby,
right,
you're a
hey.
goof.
Well, you're a goof too, Dave. Yeah, after I sang your sister happy birthday, and you. So March 9th, guess what happens March 9th, Jake?
What
Turn the
happens?
clocks ahead.
Oh.
Yep. And then March
9th
6th.
is also Beast Breaker's birthday.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Not March 9th. Okay, March 9th, I sing to him. And then Leanie, I got to sing Leanie March 6th. She said it was her birthday.
David Horowitz is going up and in on you, Bobby. You want to respond to him? He says, no one watches your show.
Oh, David Howard, I don't care about you, so go blow a kite. Go fly a kite and play with a train.
He says your show is terrible.
Okay, never mind. I don't care. Okay, have a great day, Jake. You be good.
That's it? We're going to get you a job, Bob. That's the focus now.
I'm working on that. I'm being positive. I
All
think
right,
I
good.
can do it.
Positivity's good.
Yeah, better than soaking like I did like yesterday and
Yeah.
this morning. So
I agree.
no, I'm a lot. I think I could do it.
All right.
Part time. Okay, talk to you soon,
All right, you got it.
everybody. Bye, guys.
That's my nurse over there. Say hi.
Where is she?
Whitney. She's a very nice lady. Hooking me up to some antibiotics.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Freaky down.
What
No,
happens?
she put it in my IV, knucklehead. Stop.
She put it in?
Calm your freaky down.
Don't listen to this.
You should ask her to wear one of those hospital gowns, where it opens up. Ask her to slip into one of those.
No, Robbie, you behave yourself. I'll see you soon.
Be well, Bobby.
We love you, Bobby. Get better soon.
Shout out. I hope that Bobby feels better. Mazel tov for him to get better.
Mazel tov for him to get better. Absolutely.
All right, change locations here because I got special guests that have entered the Airbnb that have arrived. We'll reveal them shortly. I got to get an extra headset. Hold on. I need some time to get this set up here. So let's give you another best of Bobby Midnight in honor of him being a 1 seed.
Joining us right now is Gary. Hello, Gary.
No, it's Gary's wife. Hi, Bobby. I just got new lipstick.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Bobby, don't you think I'm pretty? I know Sarah's pretty, but you love me too, right?
Okay, let's get back to Jake.
Oh.
We're done with this. This is creepy.
You want to see creepy? That's my husband.
Creepy.
Jake, why you do this to us? Man, this is like embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed. I mean, being embarrassed is waking up next to boxing gloves every morning.
No, I'm just saying. You're not creepy with me next to you?
Creepy? Oh my God, no, Bobby. I mean, do you see who I sleep next to every night? I mean, that's creepy.
Jake
Bobby,
always
isn't it?
does this to people. He did that to.
I love you.
Gary,
What's up?
You're on for like 2 minutes. You didn't hear that?
Was
Jake put you on. You're sitting there, and then he's ringing the bell.
Yeah, my wife.
Shut up, Gary. Bobby, would you sing me that pretty song that you sing me?
When I think about you, I touch
Yeah.
myself. Ooh, I want to make you mine. This is a good song, guys. It's a good song.
You ain't kidding, Bobby. This song rules. When I think about Bobby, I do things.
How did I do?
Bobby, that was amazing. Weedle beetle, deedle deedle, beedle deedle deedle beagle.
All right, joining us right now is my old radio partner. For those of you who used to watch The Wheelhouse in Houston, he's my roommate for the week in our insane Airbnb. Cody Stoots, you picked this place. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's a pretty great place, isn't it? Like it's pretty snazzy with the exception of the Cardinals paraphernalia over there. I hate the St. Louis Cardinals with their fiery passion. But this is a cool spot. We're walking distance to all the important parts of Indianapolis. We're right next door to the legendary Kilroy's Bar. So go eat some stuffed pizza over there.
I love it. See, the chat knows you, Cody.
Yeah. I like the chat. The chat's very nice usually.
And you're a big draft guy, so I'm going to plan on getting you on. So the reason why I wanted to have Cody on is twofold. One, I want his thoughts on ASMANIAC Madness from the time you watch the show. It's not like you're watching every day, but you know some of the characters. And two, I have brand new equipment for this week, different than what I used at Radio Row at the Super Bowl. So I need to make sure that Cody sounds good and I sound good. So I'm also using this as an opportunity to test levels and make sure the sound is good, so we have good interviews on the channel this week.
Yeah, people think that their generosity is then met by you using it on prostitutes, and that's not true. He reinvests into the ASMANIACs.
So hopefully,
which you know I love that name.
You do love the ASMANIACs.
I mean, it's just incredible.
I have a ASMANIAC merch for you as well.
Oh, okay.
It
comes in giant man size?
It does, actually.
All right.
It comes in, as we say on the show, Beast Breaker size.
Beast Breaker.
Oh, you know what? I'll show you some clips in a moment.
Okay, all right.
How does Cody sound? They're saying boost Cody's mic. Well, that's what this test is for.
So I need to be louder through the equipment, but not louder for me.
Yeah, you just talk in your normal voice.
Yeah.
We're going to set this up.
Because when you get Rich Eisen and Dane Brugler, you can't tell them to talk louder.
No, at that point, we're screwed. It's got to work
you've
good.
got to. I'm the guinea pig. The world's largest guinea pig.
Also, it's worth noting, while Cody is definitely taller than me, he is on a bar stool down. I'm not trying to show everyone Cody's groin, but I am noticing a big size disparity here, and that's part of what you're sitting on.
I've got to tell you about. I got two new pairs of jeans.
Really?
And I'm not giving any free plugs. But if that company ever sponsors me, you'll never hear the end of it because these are super fat guy approved.
How about that? All right, here's another thing I'm going to do too ahead of my first show tomorrow. Let's kill the logo.
I wish
that is currently in the corner here because it's covering your face.
I wish everybody could see how meticulous the back end of this is, just to understand everything that you deal with.
Oh, it's
on
insane.
The back end. It's incredible.
I mean, people are just like, someone said to me, like, why are you always looking at things as you're doing the show? I'm like, because I'm hosting and producing it and trying to make sure I could not get canceled with something Beast says on the show by cutting it off, or I have my finger on this button at all times. So you're not familiar with Beast Breaker?
I am not familiar with Beast Breaker.
Oh, okay. Well, he is the 2 seed in ASMANIAC Madness. He only started calling the show at the end of December. And
okay, that may be why I have missed him a couple of times.
I'll give you a couple quick hitters here.
Okay, give me some quick hitters.
Kind of set the scene. You ready? Here we go.
You got to fix the internet up, man. We want to hear what you got to say, you know? Well, don't worry. I got something to fix it. The very first part of the day. Holy shit.
That's my people, I guess.
Also,
us large fellas.
There's this, ladies and gentlemen, more from the Beast. Hey, Beast, you're up.
Oh man, that is That's not what you look like in the morning.
And
It's the brand new song, Power of Dog.
What's the hair situation?
We're still working on that one.
It looks like it's meant to maybe be long, but also like there's some follicle challenges around it.
It's an interesting look for Beast. I'll give you one more. Here's Beast recreating the best moment of the Jets season. There weren't many, but this one was an all-timer. Garrett Wilson's catch against your Houston Texans in that Thursday night game that you were at.
Like one of the plays of the year.
Beast Breaker.
Now you were there at that game as well, as was I. Did that remind you of what you saw that night?
I thought the NFL didn't let you play the clip. It's like I saw Garrett Wilson himself. Like,
Oh my God.
maybe the shading's a little different, but it looks like I saw Garrett Wilson himself.
Let's see. You guys sound like Gonzo, Jake is near, and Cody is far. I'm trying to make sure that people are saying it's sounding good. It should be good, guys. I mean, I have the audio levels up on the screen here, looking at it, and looks good to me.
This is what the people don't know about you is Jake couldn't even turn on a television before he met me. I taught him everything he knows about technology. Everything he knows about technology.
We should be good. All right, Cody. I know you got to probably unpack and do shit. So I want to show you just the ASMANIAC bracket here, and you know the show a little bit. So it's your thoughts on the field. First, the overall 64. Here it is. You're not going to be able to see it because obviously it's too small. So we'll go region by region for you.
Okay.
In the chicken soup region, our number one overall seed is Charles Gorman. Are you familiar with Charles at all?
I'm not as familiar with Charles.
Well,
No.
you're in luck because what I'm going to do right now is kind of give you a quick refresh to give you an idea on what this tournament's all about. So if you're not familiar with Charles Gorman, this is what he does.
Excuse me.
Oh, no. Oh, Charles.
That wasn't the first time that happened.
I think the second one. Excuse me.
Oh.
That brings us to the number one seed in the next region here for you. The Hood region, named after Cheats fan, who is from the Hood, famously, the mean streets of Chicago.
Okay.
But he is a huge Cheats fan. Now, people
I like the cartoons on the bracket.
You could thank Gator for that one.
Yeah, I like the cartoons on the bracket.
Now, here's the thing with Cheats fan, right? You're thinking a Cheats fan is in a tournament that features Jet fans. It's not called Jet Madness. It's called ASMANIAC Madness.
Correct. Yes.
I want to make that very clear.
I'm dying to know how this fella came across your situation.
Well, you know what? I think to truly kind of encapsulate what Cheats fan is all about, why don't I take you back to do I have it handy here? Hopefully I do. Where God, I want his call after the Super Bowl. Okay, so Chiefs fan became a regular on the show. He discovered it somehow.
Yeah.
This is a year ago. The Chiefs had just won the Super Bowl for the second year in a row.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, well, let's go to Chiefs fan. I'm sure he's going to be pumped up that his team won the Super Bowl. And this was the call we got that day.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is none other than Chiefs fan. Hello, Chiefs fan.
Yo, last night I was outside talking and I walked over and checked on my neighbor and I found out my neighbor passed away in his lawn chair. So
This call was not going where I thought it was going. Chiefs
well,
fan. I'm not gonna lie to you.
the old man had a bladder problems. Let's just say that he was 90s. He didn't take his medication, and he was gonna smoke a cigar with me, but he wasn't there.
Is it a real story?
This is a real story.
And he passed away on his lawn chair in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Walked inside of his house, checked on his dog, poured a shot of vodka, and I'm like, this isn't gonna be enough. Chugged about 1/4 of the vodka that we usually drink. I'm like, the old man had to die during the big game, but yeah, I was happy we won.
Yeah, hey, Chiefs fan, congrats on the Super Bowl win, man. I don't know what to say.
What you missed an important question. Would you trade the Super Bowl to have your neighbor? You should have asked him that.
You're right. I was so stunned though. I couldn't
should
believe
have
it.
asked him that.
All right, so that's 2 1 seeds for you, Cody.
Yeah.
And look, I'm familiar with the show, but you really got to get an idea for some of the characters. That's why I want to give you a refresher on the one seeds.
The butter region. I think your champion's coming out of the butter region.
You're Bobby. Now, there's Bobby Midnight in that region. There's also Gary in that region, and Bobby's brother, Mikey Midnight. Have you met him yet?
I haven't met Mikey Midnight.
Mikey Midnight, I think, if he started calling the entire year, is a 1 seed as well. That's how good he is.
So he's like a March Madness team that maybe didn't have their star for like the first little bit, then they got healthy, and now they're like hell on wheels.
Here's the comp. Do you remember that UConn team with Kemba Walker?
Yeah.
I think they were like an 11 seed. They got hot in the Big East tournament, and they ended up winning the whole thing. And you're thinking, wow, UConn's this is unbelievable. Well, it turns out, you look at that team, Kemba Walker was a great NBA player, so it makes sense that they were able to get hot, and he was incredible. That's Mikey Midnight. Mikey Midnight is Kemba Walker and that UConn team.
Okay.
And I'll give you a little feel for Mikey here. I don't have a clip handy, but what I do have is his intro that Gator just made. That will give you a little idea on why Mikey is just so electric.
Hello, I'm Mikey. I'm Bobby's little bro. Have you seen Jake Graves? She's so beautiful. I love my boy Jake, but not in a gay way. I am so happy. I'm not going to touch anything, I promise.
Electric.
I could see why he would have been a 1 seed.
Now,
you might have had 2 midnight parts of the bracket.
Now, you know Bobby Midnight, obviously.
I'm very familiar with Bobby's work.
So if you're familiar, I don't need to give you a whole lot. I could just give you, how about the time that Bobby thought that one of our great callers, actually the 2 seed in the region, Gary, was a woman.
Oh, is that Gary's wife? Hi, Gary's wife. Oh, there she is. Very good looking.
Nope, I think that was just Gary, Bobby.
I'll give you one more from Bobby that's quick. Here's Bobby on hold, getting frustrated with me.
You talk to Alan, but you can't talk to me. Oh, thank you. Stop that freaking noise. Stop. Stop farting. Stop with that farts.
This is you're not getting this anywhere
No,
on the internet.
you're not.
Not YouTube, not any of these other sites that you got to pay for. You're not getting this anywhere else.
You know, people ask me, how could you talk about the Jets year round? And I say, very easily, I don't.
Why talk about 4-3-3-4 defenses when you got the Midnights and crew?
All right, one last clip for you, Cody, here, just to kind of give you a feel for the 1 seeds in the tournament. The Train region, named after the great Lane Train. Are you familiar with Lane at all?
I've come across the Lane Train a couple times. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, Lane is the guy who created the phenomenon during last year's draft. Remember Knoble as a top prospect? NFL teams were buzzing about this 2-way player from college.
Yes.
Lane was the scout who discovered him.
I remember Knoble.
Now, to give you an idea about Lane, I want you to watch Lane's first ever call in the history of this show. All right?
Okay.
Here's Lane calling in to my post-game show after the Jets, I believe, picked up a win. I forget who they played, but the Jets won this game, and this was when we met the great Lane Train for the very first time. Let's go to Lane, who's up next. Hello, Lane.
Hey, oh, hi.
Hello, Lane.
How is everything? Yes?
You're on the air, Lane.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Lane.
Hi. So, yeah, I'm happy about the way the Jets played today. And, you know, they moved the ball, and they did great. Look, okay. I mean, I know it was raining out. Did you see the game?
No, I didn't watch it. What happened?
Well, they won. And the other team lost.
Lane, thank you.
On the 2022 draft pick, the pick goes to Knoble out of college.
The Lane Train, baby. Electric.
Knoble out of college.
One of the greats.
I don't know how you're not getting. What was the year? I'm trying to remember exactly what year it was. It was maybe 2000. Was it 2008 where we got close to all 4 1s, or we got all 4 1s? It's going to be tough to not get all 4 1s, but I have faith that the Asmaniacs are going to decide the true champion.
It's insane. Now, one more video I want to play for you, Cody, just to show you how much this tournament means to people. So we did a Selection Sunday show yesterday. I thought it'd be an hour. I ended up going live for almost 3.5 hours.
Sure.
It was ridiculous. And look, it was emotional for a lot of people when people found out, they made the tournament, including one of our great listeners. His name is Jay Quest. He was watching the Selection show live with his family, and he filmed his reaction when he found out that he got into the tournament.
Guys, I'm really nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen if I don't get in.
We might lose the house again.
I know it's gonna be the third time, but let's just see. It's about to come on. Let's see what happens. Look at the screen. Look, it's about to come on. 2. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We're in! We're in! Let's go! We're in, baby! We're in! Woo! Ronaldo's in the house! Yeah, Jake!
for the second time.
That's right. That's right.
That's a guy. Here's a guy that's got some potential to go far.
Now here's a guy. That's an 8-9 matchup, by the way. Let's see. Jay Quest is in. I think he's in the Butter region. Yeah, he is. It's just tough regions, man.
Yeah,
Tough.
Hey, March is for upsets.
That's right. I'm going to send you the link so you can fill out a bracket. All right.
Okay, I will.
All right.
I will. Do what I win when I get it perfect.
What do you win? I mean,
Warren Buffett's giving me $1 billion if I get a perfect bracket. What are you giving me if I get a perfect?
You get a perfect bracket, I too will give you $1 billion.
Okay, well, you too. It's on the internet.
There it is. Save the tape.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's Cody Stutes. Cody, where can people find you if they're interested in your content?
At Cody_Stutes on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Cody Stutes on YouTube. You find it there. And then Houston Football. www.houfootball.com.
That's right. Are you ready for Combine? Are you excited?
I was born for the Combine.
And dinner-wise tonight, you have to do a show after this still?
I have to do a show after this, and
Okay.
then we're going to dine on the finest that Indianapolis has to offer.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
It's gonna be.
I already rode a couple scooters today, by the way. We're
I
back,
knew,
baby.
I
We're
knew
back.
that one. I knew that one parked out front. Was you.
No, that was
I
me.
knew that was you. I knew it.
I was scootering around. I forgot to pack a belt. I had to take care of that. I forgot
Go down to the Marshalls or whatever.
TJ Maxx. Yep.
Yeah,
Tremendous. Had a homeless guy try to tell me where it was. I'm like, it's okay, man. I got it.
Yeah, no, I'll figure it out.
Yep. I was like, thank you very much.
We were on top of the TJ Maxx last year.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Airbnb though is great. I love it.
It's pretty swanky. It's pretty swanky.
I'm excited. All right, Cody.
Oh, so the people they didn't see me come in because you weren't facing this way, were they?
No, I didn't see you coming.
I was gonna say I brought your mail order bride that you had sent to me.
What is that?
Over there in the box. Your mail order bride.
My mail ordered bride.
I packed her over there. No,
Oh, Jesus. I was like, what did I do? Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Stutes, HOU football. All right. Let me do a couple calls because I know a bunch of you have been waiting on hold for a while. So we'll do a few more calls, then we'll wrap up the show. JT, Super Chat, I must say, Charles' dialogue in the second clip sets the scene, letting us know it isn't the first time. Look, when it comes to farting on the air, there's one GOAT, and that guy is the number 1 seed in the tournament for a reason. Charles Gorman. Period. All right, more calls. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy didn't make the tournament, but there was a lot of discussion that he should. I can tell you that for a fact. He was an honorable mention. Triple M is on the line. What's up, Motivational Means Media? Triple M, unmute your mic. I can't hear you. Hit the mic.
Yeah, it wasn't.
There you go.
Hey, Jake, what's happening? It wasn't no snub. I looked at that bracket and looked at that field. It was like superstars out there.
I know.
There's no slacks. This is a couple of people that, okay, maybe it's an argument, but pound for pound, man, it is dangerous out there. So I'm just getting my weight up for next year. I appreciate the consideration. It's all good. I'm happy that you're out there in Indianapolis. I'm looking forward to the press conference tomorrow. And it's funny that you brought up Josina Anderson's word salad ways with her writing. That's probably why she can't stick with a network. You know what I'm saying?
It's just always her thing on Twitter too, where like she just like very like indirectly at times like is trying to say something, but it's like you got to interpret. It's like just if you have a story, report it. Like and I'm not saying she's not credible. Like I wouldn't do a segment on it at the top of the show if I didn't deem it credible. She had the Muji to the Jets thing before anyone. I remember that. So it's just you have something you don't. We don't need to like talk in like Egyptian.
You think she's trying to protect sources?
Sure, but it's like there's a way to do it where like I don't need to like have like a bunch of nothing burger paragraphs before we get to the juicy stuff in the story.
The way she talks, she out the source. Be like with all that nonsense.
Pretty much. I mean, like we could have done her article with just like a source. That's it. Not like specifying like what the source is currently up to right now, because then it's like, well, it's got to be a coaching person if they haven't started looking at college stuff yet.
Right.
Like, you know, front office is looking at everything. I don't know, whatever, right?
She's
not my
like
favorite.
Beachbreaker.
Yeah,
we're gonna go to all of the colleges.
All the colleges, baby.
No one's gonna play her.
$10 billion to spend.
Yeah, we got all the money. If you're gonna come here, you're gonna earn your check.
You're right. You're right.
All right, Jay. Have fun out there in Indianapolis, man.
Triple M, you're the man. Great call. More calls, rapid fire style. Jack is up next. Hey, Jack.
Hey, Jake. How you doing?
What's up, Jack?
First of all, I want to ask you, how was the chicken parm last night? You know,
the chicken parm was great. It really hit the spot after being on the air for 3.5 hours. I was not expecting that, but
I'm sure.
Let me tell you, the chicken parm was so good, even Gary would have appreciated it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, chicken parm always hits, especially after a long day like that. Do you ever eat it with like? Do you ever have a grinder, or do you just like chicken parm itself, like a chicken parm grinder?
Yeah, I just order in the chicken parm. So however they make it, that's it. It works for me.
And you know, looking at Beast, right? Looking at his amazing karate skills and boxing skills, I would actually love to see a match of Beast versus Butterbean. I actually think that would feed families for ages.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, that you talk about a match that people would bet on. It's that.
Yeah, yeah. Who would you bet on, Jay?
I'm taking Beast over anyone, man.
Yeah. I don't know. Beast,
I
especially
believe.
with that mohawk, especially with that half mohawk he has. Definitely think that can definitely get some betters on him. And I also have one more question for you, Jake.
Yes, sir.
Or I actually need to vent out on this really quickly because I'm actually sick and tired of seeing these everywhere. Matt Stafford to the Jets articles, right? I heard Neil talking about it, I think around an hour ago, maybe 45 minutes ago. Matt Stafford to the Jets. I absolutely hate when people say this because my thought is, why would Glenn get rid of Rodgers if he's just going to be stuck in the same situation again? You're not getting a franchise quarterback when you're linked up with Matt Stafford.
It doesn't make any sense. If you were going to go down that path, you just keep Rodgers, who was already under contract and was willing to take a pay cut to even, play for less. Stafford wants to be paid like the guys who are making $15+ million a year. It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like Jack in the Darkness tree. I am. I see someone in the chat saying I'm in a darkness tree. I may as well go into a darkness tree after what, especially I think on my first call I did around 3-4 days ago, I think. We said how I've been living with misery ever since I was born with the Jets, and so I'm actually considering going into a darkness retreat very soon, actually.
I'll tell you what, Jack, hopefully you see the light at some point, all right? Because I think you got a bright future in this.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Now, Jack, who is your pick to cut down the nets?
Are you talking about the bracket?
Yeah, give me the final four.
Final four, I think I have Lane Train.
Lane,
right?
Yep.
Mikey. I'm taking Mikey in the what's his region called again?
The Butter region.
Region. Yeah. So I have Mikey in the Butter region. I have Lane Train, right? And then I have, I think, what's the bottom right region again?
Bottom right is the Lane Train region. So you need someone from the Hood region and someone from the Chicken Soup region.
The Chicken Soup region, I don't know. I'm either going with Charles. I don't know. I can see King Lowski. I can see Lowski getting far in this too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna take Mike D's Nuts as one of my dark horses, but I'm ultimately probably gonna go. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go Charles beating. I don't know, but especially with Beast being so good, especially the last couple months, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Beast makes it to the Final Four, but I'm gonna edge Charles over Beast just by a little bit.
I love it, Jack. Great call. Keep calling. Jack's in this tournament next year if he doesn't become a big content creator by then and he's ineligible. Love it. Cody, if you need to move any of that, feel free. As Cody's setting up his studio here to go live. All right, can we rapid fire through some people here? Let's say hello to the big fella. What's up, big fella?
Hey, man, I got a list for you. All right. Todd Bowles, Adam Gase, Mike McCagnon, Dow Loggins, Robert Saleh, Jeff Ulbrich, Nate Hackett, Keith Carter, Brent Boyer, Joe Douglas, Jaime Hogan, and that Nepo piece of crap, Woody Johnson. You know what you've done to this fan base? You made us create our own freaking playoffs, you assholes. That's what you did. You made us create our own playoffs. Okay? Your ineptitude has destroyed us to the point where we need to make our own playoffs. It's crazy. Now, let me tell you something. They don't deserve this fan base, especially the Asmaniac fan base. And all I got to say is, Charles, I'm coming for that ass, boy. If the Asmaniacs get me out of the first round, I'm coming for you.
Are you nervous? I mean, Paul Faz, when he does call in, the chat goes nuts for Paul. So he's a dangerous 13 seed.
He does scare me. He trust me. He does scare me. If the Asmaniacs allow me to get out of the first round, I'm coming for him.
Well, I'll tell you what. Everyone should know that the reason why I was able to add a signed Chad Pennington helmet to the raffle for this week is because of you, big fella, for what you did last night. So I can't thank you enough. And I got you down, obviously. We're adding another big-time prize because of what you donated last night.
No, I appreciate that, man. And keep up the good work. Look forward to the shows this week. And everybody have fun with this tournament. Talk a lot of shit. And, let's go. Let's make it an entertaining tournament.
Let's go, big fella. Great call. All right, from big fella to Philly Noodles. Keep it rolling here as we wrap up. What's up, Philly?
What's going on, man? New locale finally moved out of the hood. No more gunshots from where I used to live. We got the dog out here, bro. I just had a series of hawks swapping over the little wiener out there, and I was afraid they were going to snatch them up and eat them. They disappeared, but just like my competition, Doug on the couch. Where is he? I'd love to see him. I mean, I haven't seen the guy in a minute, so I don't think the Asmaniacs will let me win. I've become like a truther, hater, lover, Robert C. fanatic, fan. Robert C. just got to be there the day that this takes place. Without a doubt, I need Robert C.
Well, Doug better be on the couch when he plays you. Doug knows he's in the tournament. He tweeted me last night that he was on it to make it. So
yeah, he must be on the couch. If he's not on the couch, I should just win automatically. Like you lose not being on the couch. Now he could up it, right? If he's not on a couch and he's on like something way more extravagant than a couch, if he's in a stretch limo, probably a win, without a doubt. If he's on a futon, that's a loss.
They're calling you a Daniel Jones truther in the chat, Philly. You're gonna have to face those claims in this tournament.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff. But anyway, real quick with the draft. What's your feeling with that kid? That's rising up the boards. Stog. You know what I'm talking about? The quarterback, Louisville. The quarterback out of Louisville.
Tyler Shuck.
Shuck. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Cody, my roommate for the week here, could tell you about him because he's a Texas Tech alum and watched him. He's not a believer in Tyler Shuck, even though Todd McShay seems to really like him. Cody, your thoughts on Tyler Shuck?
If you would like 3.5 games worth of somewhat good quarterback play, he's your guy. But that guy's gonna get hurt. Okay, he's an all-time fleece artist. He had a jeweler in Lubbock do NIL for his wedding ring, his engagement ring, and then he transferred to Louisville the next year. It's a great job by him. Great, he's got great NIL agents, so you gotta watch out for that. I think he could end up being a backup for a long time. I just don't ever trust him to stay whole for a whole season. That'd be my big.
So you're saying as a backup that he might win a Super Bowl is what you're trying to tell me randomly on a good team.
Yeah. He might have a ring at the end, but he ain't gonna win it.
All right. Well, listen, if you combine that with whatever Tyrod does, we could get over 4 wins, which then beats the Asmaniac win total. So, first off, everything is in question. Anybody can be drafted. I don't know anymore. Boogie drop his nuts. All right. I love you, Jake. Gotta go.
Philly, good call. Appreciate it. All right, rapid fire. We're at the end here. Let's say hi to Yeti, who made the tournament and was stunned he even made it. Yeti, of course you made the tournament, man. You're everyone's favorite cable guy that watches this show.
Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. No good takes. Blah, 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 blah. Trying to be funny. Blah, 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 blah. Not that great. I'll see you in March, Nate. Later, buddy.
Were you just impersonating Nate? After Nate called in and impersonated him last night. I like this. That's a sneaky matchup, folks. If you're a hardcore Asmaniac watching the show, you got those jokes. Hood region's fascinating, man. We have a lot of the OGs in it, but Nate and Yeti are also a part of it. Love it. Love it. Man, this tournament's unreal. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Last chance to get a membership gifted if you want in on the Pennington signed helmet, Klecko signed helmet, Sanchez signed helmet, Johnson jersey signed, Mangle jersey signed, Sauce jersey signed. Let's go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, he's facing Beastbreaker in the opening round. Dave Briga is up next. Hey, Dave.
Oh, I have I think I need a new phone. Like, can you see me through this haze?
You look like you're hanging out with Weed the People, Dave, but I can
know.
see you.
Well, anyway, some of this stuff is going over the edge now. You know, I really, this whole thing should be just satirical. I mean, today, this afternoon, that Beastbreaker. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with the guy. He's just over the edge now. You know, I mean, I don't know. And then Bobby called me old all the time. It's getting to be old. You know, I don't mean to get angry at Bobby. This guy's got an anger problem. You know, why does he have to keep calling me old? Why? Why does he have to keep doing that? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get these guys. I don't get these guys. You know, it should be all fun and games. Some of these guys take it too personally. You know, I could put this mostly for me is just fun and games, okay? I don't take it personally. But some of the stuff's going over the edge now, Jake, you know?
Well, Dave, you got a lot of fans out there. I'm seeing the chat. People are pulling for you.
You know, I know that. I'm a good actor.
You have the responsibility of trying to end the Beast run. I mean, you know this. People love Beast or they hate him. He's polarizing. You know, half the chat loves him, half the chat hates him. It's on you to take him out.
I hate taking out a guy that's mentally ill. You know, I mean, he's got mental problems. He's a psychotic.
I think he's a passionate fan of the Jets, Dave.
Well, I know. Hey, I give him credit for that. At least he's a legitimate fan, not like Mr. Bobby Woodruff that calls me old.
See,
you know, there's such a difference between Bobby and Mikey. It's hard to believe they came from the same mother and father. You know?
Yeah, they came out of the womb from the same location.
Yeah, I just don't like being called. Listen, I could run rings around Bobby. That's what gets me angry. Okay, I don't get angry like him, but he shouldn't be saying that stuff because you know what? I mean, I feel bad the guy can't get a job. I really do.
Would you like to respond to Nate? He says, "Look in the mirror, Briga. You're old."
Nate, I'll kick your ass down the street. You should be quiet too. You know?
Amen.
You know, I can look in the mirror. I know how old I am. Okay, so you guys don't have to tell me that. All right? Just have some respect. I had a respect for my elders growing up, and I expect to get respect. You don't have to like me, okay?
Well, Dave, remember when B-Mac gave you a hard time? I stuck up for you.
Don't call me old, Bobby, ever again, okay?
Well,
don't ever call me old.
Well, don't type in the chat about me. You type shit about me all the time.
Bobby, you're an angry guy. You're an angry guy.
Well,
you're an angry guy. You got anger issues.
You're a pain in the ass, okay? How's that?
I'm not a pain. I'm not a pain.
I stick up for you with B-Mac. I stick up. I sing you a happy birthday. The only thing you do in the chat is put me down all the damn time. Why?
I say you have anger issues.
You were lying all last week. You put me down.
Buddy. I don't lie. I don't lie. Okay.
Yeah, you lie.
You've been going through this diet. You haven't seen a nutrition.
I'm fine with the diet. You shut up. If you
stop, don't tell me to shut up. You have a lot of nerve telling me to shut up, buddy. Don't ever tell me to shut up. I don't tell you to shut up. Do I?
Well,
I never tell you.
I stick up for you all the time, and you put me down all the time you can.
I don't put you down.
Shit! You were lying, sack of shit.
Hey, listen. Don't use your profanity with me, buddy, okay? Speak the proper language. You only show your intelligence by using that language, okay?
Yeah, okay, big
mouth. You got a little bit more class.
What about last night? You said about Beastbreaker, you said, blood in him and all that.
I didn't curse.
You came after... you don't curse, but you talk violent after coming out of the church.
I don't talk violent. This is
a church person. Yeah, you know, never mind. You came out of church yesterday and you gave Beastbreaker a hard time.
This is just like acting to me, okay? It's just like an act. It's just like
Oh, you're
satire.
okay. Well,
Bobby,
right.
if you would just stop calling me old, everything would be settled, okay? Just stop, and I won't say anything about your anger, okay? Just
All
leave it
right.
at that.
Deal. Okay, and stop typing about me in the chat like you do. Okay.
Okay. Bobby,
Okay, deal.
Listen to me. You have to take care of yourself. You've been going on this diet, and I think you have to see a nutritionist. I told Nick this. All right.
I
used to
know
work-
that I'm making an appointment. I told you I got to get my blood work done. Okay, I will. I'm working on a part-time.
Okay.
I'm working on a lot of things in my life right now. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I don't mean to get mad at you. Okay. Just we
Okay,
got to
I'm not
settle.
mad at you either.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? ASMANIAC Madness. You get to pick the ones who make the show rock. Who's legit? Original.
Couple things before we wrap. Billy gifted a membership. He's in the raffle for one. South Philly is in the raffle for one. All right, a few more calls. We got to go. Cody's going to do his show, and I've been doing this for too long already. Let's say hi to Jay, Barbarossa, and then Gary, rapid fire to close this out. JT, what do you got?
Hey, Jake, I just had a quick question about free agent targets at wide receiver. The targets are the options yet. Sorry, I'll get you later because I went to my notepad.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
It saves me some time. JJ, we'll get to the free agent wide receiver targets this week. Barbarossa, next. What's up, Barbarossa?
Cheers, Asmaniacs. What's going on? I just wanted to say, I think a new quarterback would be in a better position than Sam Darnold or Zach Wilson was when they came into league. We got a better offensive line, and he'll have somebody to throw to. So if we go up and draft somebody or we get a quarterback, I don't think I'd be terribly disappointed. And he'd have people to protect him. And he'd have some help, which is more than the last few new quarterbacks have had. So
Agreed.
That's all I wanted to say.
Hey, great point. Barbarossa, great point. I mean, look, I don't think they're going to trade up for a quarterback, but there's no doubt it'd be the best offensive line a Jet quarterback is stepping into since probably 15 with Fitzpatrick, realistically. Like 4/5 of your starters are under contract, and they're solid. Ladies and gentlemen, I said we were going to go to Gary, but Johnny Boy is campaigning. Johnny Boy, go ahead. Make your point.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to say here, if you want the Jets to be the best team ever and the best organization, if you want the Jake Asman show to be the best Jet show out there, make sure you vote for Johnny Boy. Not only will we make the New York Jets great again, but the Jake Asman will continue its glorious run. So again, vote Johnny Boy. My campaign and everybody that we have, myself, ISU, Clancy, Knob, we're hard. We're knocking on doors, kissing kids on the head, shaking hands. We're here. We're here for you. Again, let's go Asmaniacs. Vote for Johnny Boy. Appreciate you, Jake. Thank you.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Billy in the raffle for one more. That membership was gifted, and it went to Who's Your Daddy? All right, last call. Here we go. The 2 seed in the Butter region. Gary, 3D Boxing. Hello, Gary.
No, if you need to go, go. I don't want to keep that. I was.
Cody, when are you starting your show? Do I have time?
Yeah, you
All right,
can go.
I got time.
All right.
No, you're good. You got time.
All right, cool. So first off, I can't. Is that real? Tyler Short is going to be drafted in the NFL, and he's moving up draft boards.
Tyler Shuck, he's moving up draft boards.
There's no way. First
I
of all,
heard
he's at
Todd.
30.
I heard Todd McShay say that he does not see a difference in Jackson Dart or Tyler Shuck. That he would have Shuck as his potentially third-rated quarterback. I wouldn't think it's crazy.
We're saying Shook now. That's how. Okay, because
It's Shuck. That's how it's pronounced. It's Tyler Shuck, right, Cody? Yeah, it's Tyler Shuck.
Okay, because it's been seven every school he went to over the last 7 years. You guys realize he's been in school for 7 years, and he's older than Trevor Lawrence. You guys understand that, right? This guy's gonna get drafted in the NFL. I can't even believe what I'm hearing. I don't care as long as it's not a Jet. I don't care where he goes. He better not end up here. So like that was kind of my thing. Like the more and more I read this, the more and more I see Jackson Dart shooting up draft boards. And like I read one scout said, like, what does Shedeur Sanders actually do better than Jackson Dart? He's gonna end up here, isn't he, at 7? Like that's what we're doing here.
I don't think so.
All right. I do. If that's the case, then just keep Tyrod. Don't sign any other quarterback. When Tyrod inevitably gets hurt, that's when you transition to Dart, right? It's 4 weeks. Whenever he's done for the season, that's your opportunity to put Dart in, right? Because if you bring in Fields, and I'm not opposed to bringing in Fields, but if you bring in Fields and they compete, Tyrod's going to win the job at least for week 1. So then, like, Fields, in essence, becomes your number 3 because if Tyrod gets hurt, you're going to go to the rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no point putting Fields in a lost season. You might as well just play the rookie. So I don't really see – if they're going to draft a quarterback, which I think they're going to.
Not at 7. I don't think it's going to be at 7.
If they trade – okay. Yeah. Trading down would make this better for me. I don't want to trade back up into the first round. I'd rather trade down because at least we can get more picks out of it. And I'm not like against Dart. I just wouldn't want to take him at 7. Right? Like this thing keeps growing legs, and every day I hear how he's better and better. And
yeah, but it's not coming from anyone credible. Like, like who's saying it? It's not like NFL teams are saying it.
Well, it was an unnamed scout that said it, so I don't know what that means. I don't know who that. Why is he? Yeah, I get it. It's just this is the same thing we heard about quarterbacks in the past. Kenny Pickett was supposed to be a 3rd rounder, and then he was a borderline 1st rounder, and then he went in the middle of the 1st round.
Yeah, but none of those other guys did, and this is the comparison to that class. We all thought there'd be someone else that would go in the 1st round that year. It didn't happen. None of them even went to like the 3rd round that year. Like I think we get 2 in the 1st round, probably 2 off the board by 7, and Dart might go in the 1st round, but I don't think it's at 7. I think someone maybe trades in or takes him at the end of the 1st round.
I think he's absolutely going in the 1st round. And I don't know where it's going to be, but I bet there'll be 3 quarterbacks at least that go in the 1st round. They're always overdrafted.
If they take them, I'll be a Dart dude and hope it works. But I don't think they're going to take him.
I'll be a Dart dude too. But it wouldn't be my choice at 7. Now 42, it's a completely different story. At 7, I can't really get behind that. The bust rate there is relatively high, and we can't have another quarterback that bust. It's just I can't sit here and watch that anymore.
Are you worried about you potentially getting busted by someone in this tournament?
Well, I'm just worried about Southwest right now, right? Like I'm not worried. Like that's where my focus is. I'm focused on Southwest. I don't worry about the rest of the bracket. I'll see Hamburger or Scott or anyone else if we will get there. Right now, Southwest.
Scott should concern you, Gary. If you beat Southwest and you got to go up against Scott is someone that could definitely win that matchup.
I'm not facing Scott. Facing Southwest. Southwest.
You might face Scott though in the 2nd round. Get ready.
Then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But right now, Southwest.
Do you agree with Bobby Midnight, who famously said that Southwest quote has to go?
I'm gonna take care of him for you, Bobby. He's gonna go. I'm gonna get ready. I don't even have a problem with the guy like Bobby does, but he's gonna go. I'll take care of him for you, Bobby. I got you.
Any thoughts, by the way, on the Brigger Bobby beef that just happened here at the end of the show?
Yeah, we don't need to do all this. Brigger's a good dude. He doesn't like me because I think the moon landing is a hoax. I think it's fake. I don't have to like me. Bobby's obviously a great dude. We love Bobby. There's no need for all this talk. There's no need for all this. And like, say right, you're gonna go around kicking people's ass. Like we don't need to do that. That could be taken the wrong way. So we don't need to talk that way.
Also, do you think it's funny that your 1st round opponent, we just call him South Ass because Bobby was angry and started calling him that instead of his actual YouTube
South
name?
End Auto Detailing, or was that one? Yeah. It's one of those things. That's his name now. That's what we're going with. He's South Ass. Like that's it.
All right. Well, Gary, I appreciate you calling in, man. Excellent call as always, and I look forward to plenty more of them throughout the week.
We got a lot more to go. All right. Have fun with the combine.
Well,
if you see anyone related to the Jets, just tell them no Tyler Shook. I say Shook. We're saying Shog. How are you saying it?
Shuck. Tyler Shuck.
I say Shook. Okay, Shook like Shook. Shuck. Yeah. Like shucking? Okay. I'm gonna go with Shook still because that's what I learned for 7 years when he was in college, but Shook. All right.
Joe Douglas should have been fired 2 days before he was hired.
What a show. Hit the like button if you haven't. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I pinned the link now to fill out a bracket. It's been the pinned comment on my most recent video. Last I checked before this show, there were already over 200 of you that have filled out a bracket, which is insane for a tournament that is about people who call into a YouTube show. Yeah, we're over 200 now. Incredible. Uno with a super chat at the buzzer. Thanks for your hard work, Jake. Uno, thank you. Appreciate your support. Jay Sylvester is in the raffle at the buzzer, gifting a channel membership. Let's go.
I need some of your mama's chicken soup.
More entries tomorrow for the raffle. I'll go live before Muji and Glenn speak at noon. And then I'll do a reaction show after that. So we're going to have a lot of shows this week. The usual long-form show at some point during the day, and then a bunch of great interviews. Last year, I mean, we had some big names, so we're hoping to build on that a year later, and we had some huge names at the Super Bowl as well, so we're trying to ride the hot hand into the Combine, which starts tomorrow. Thank you again, everyone who watched. Thanks to Cody Stutes for his guest cameo appearance on the show. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'm going to play a video that is so great. If you haven't seen it, you need to sit back, grab some popcorn, and watch it all unfold. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night and go Jets.
You got to fix the internet up, man. We want to hear what you got to say, you know?
Well, don't worry. I got something to fix it. The very first part of the day.
Holy shit.
It's the brand new song, Power of Dog. Jesus Christ, Jake.